Action.
Yes. We're the Hebrew Israelites. Come out here week in, week out, prophesy the downfall of America, right? And the wicked 2/3 of our own people, the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, to let you know that you're the children of Israel and that, hey, there's hope for the elect, right? So we out here fishing for the elect of the nation of Israel, of you so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian, right? So without further ado, we're going to face the east and give all praises and all honor and all glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, B'Kakadash, and double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who do well and do well. The elder apostles, bishops of Connecticut, the bishops, the preachers, the teachers, the evangelists, and the four winds, preaching in truth and sincerity, risking your lives more now than ever. The hopeful elect, Shalom.
Shalom.
Right? Hey, to the Israelite foreigners whose phenotype may look like another nation, her bloodline goes back to Israel through your father and have come back to the fold. To you sisters, you Aquathium, who listen and learn under your husband, which is your spiritual leader, with meekness and with silence. This your brother Aram, Yahweh, and we're going to come out here and prophesy real quick because we're coming in a time of Yaquab's trouble, right? And can you get that for me? Since I said it. Is it Jacob's trouble? Yeah, we're coming in a time of Yaquab's trouble, and you know, it's about to be a day like none other, right?
I got it.
It's a day like none other. Yeah.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 30. I'm going to start with verse 4. It says, "And these are the words that the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai spake concerning Israel and concerning Judah."
Right. You have the Northern Kingdom, right, which are so-called Puerto Ricans, all the way on down to so-called Mexicans, right, which are known as the indigenous tribes of America, and you so-called Negroes, you so-called Black, Haitians, West Indies, and Haitians, right? Oh, your eyebrow, yeah. Right? But
it says, "For thus saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace."
Right. There's a voice of trembling, which we're bringing out the warnings, right, of the Most High to the rest of the world, and the world, really the elite are trembling, and that's why the elite is basically we're with this what you call it, Operation Warp Speed, bringing in the MOTB, right? Time to bring in the MOTB, and that's why you got this whole tariff thing, which they're going to collapse the entire economy, not just the economy here, but the economy of the world, because the world currency being the dollar, it's going to interrupt every country, right? If America fall, every country is going to be interrupted.
Yeah, it's going to affect all manners of
commerce.
of
Commerce and life, yeah.
Right. Verse 6, it says, "Asking now, and see whether a man does travail with child."
Right, yeah, see? Ask, hey, do a man travail with child? No. It's never happened, right? You can come up with your full science, but that still never happened. That's make-believe. It's Esau's imagination, witchcraft, right? But
it says, "Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins,
right,
as a woman in travail?"
Yeah, it's going to be a fearful day, man. Every man on his with his hand on his loin as a woman in travail. Matter of fact, it says that in you get that in the second Esdras, men should fear, a man should be afraid. Yeah, because in that time, what it says a man should be afraid, right? So how much more for you women, right?
Going.
No,
I mean, you want to get
it's
that?
Just 60, no, it's 15. 15. 6 Exodus 15, and it's just past. It's like either the 16th verse or 17th verse, something like that. So a man should be afraid.
I got another one if you wanted to. Zephaniah.
Go ahead.
Zephaniah 1 and 14. It says, the great day of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, is near. Mm-hmm. It is near, and hasteth greatly. Mm-hmm. Even the voice of the day of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai.
Right, and we're the voice, the men, the prophets, starting with the apostles, elders of Great Millstone, and on down to to us, the people who's with the life wise doctrine, right?
Mm-hmm. It It says the mighty man shall cry there bitterly.
Right, yeah. Hey, even the mightiest man, right? The toughest guy you can think of, right? Who's the toughest guy right now? The world's boxers. Who's number one boxer right now?
Would be more in line for them like Navy SEAL 6.
Yeah, Navy SEAL 6. But I'm just saying.
Them boys there, you know, because.
Yeah, the SEAL team, yeah. Probably the SEAL team.
Teams, different.
SEAL team, the MI6.
Right. Them dudes that's used to combat that runs into
right,
all kinds
your
of
military, but
yeah.
I'm thinking of just the
Average
people,
Joe, yeah.
right? Your Floyd Mayweather, somebody
yeah.
that's people know like these guys can fight, right? Terrence Howard, Terrence Crawford,
Yeah.
right? These guys can fight, right?
Israel and Sasha, Jim John Jones, these guys that's used to mauling folks. I got that. Whatever.
That's it.
This is 2nd Ezra 15. I'll start at 14 and read, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein.
Right.
For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh."
Right. Yeah. The sword being, well, ultimately the sword is the ICBM missiles, right? But also the sword is Esau, right? The sword is drawn nigh, right? He's going to come down with great wrath, knowing that he has but a short time, right? But
So he is the sword and he bears the sword. You know, and the Most High say what? He bears it not the sword in vain.
Yeah.
You know, it says.
Well, Israel's wicked, Israel's wicked, so the judgment has to go out. So he's not gonna bear it in vain. He's not coming down upon you with great wrath and the ones, because it also says what no one perishes being innocent, right? So a lot of you you're gonna perish, but it's all gonna be for a reason.
The wages of sin is death.
Yeah.
Come. And one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another.
Right.
They shall not regard their kings
Right, the race
nor
wars.
princes.
Race wars, riots, fighting, lack of bread, right? It's going to be sedition amongst men, man, right? You're going to be coming up against your government, right? You're going to be upset with Trump because he brought in this dude who's not even an American citizen, making calls talking about the Doge, right? You're Elon Muskie, right?
And hey, that's going to be a mob mentality. It
Right.
says, and the course of their action shall stand in their power.
Right, that's you. You people are so dumbed down. You should have been already rioting, man. You don't see what's going on? You don't know what's going on, but you're so dumbed down that about time you riot, everything is, there's gonna be no way for you to get anything back. Everything's gonna be gone. By the time you realize, oh shit, we need to go fight, it's gonna be too late.
You shall own nothing and be happy.
Right, yeah. By the time they go out there and start fighting and trying to stop, it's done though. It's gonna be done, right?
It says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able.
Yeah, man should desire to go into a city and should not be able, right? The wealth transfer is gonna happen. People are gonna be fighting, doing this and that, and you're not gonna be able to go into a different city. And then eventually, through pressure from below, pressure from beneath, problem, reaction, solution, right? They're gonna bring in the martial law, right?
For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled.
Right.
The houses shall be destroyed.
And your pride leaves you stupid, man. Your pride is thinking America's gonna go on, and you should have been fought, right? Like Pastor Hall always bring out, if I forgot his name. Is it Roosevelt? One of the presidents, was it Roosevelt or one of those presidents? They mentioned if they knew what real money was, it'd be a revolution overnight. If you really knew what was going on and what real money is and what they're doing, you would have been had a revolution. You would have been took down the powers to be. But your pride leaves you, as willfully ignorant, man.
Yeah, because they're already questioning whether or not the gold is still in the reserve.
Right, and
You know what I mean?
we already know. I learned when I was like in freshman in high school. I knew there was no gold in there. When they showed you the movie, what was it? What's it called?
Thinking
was it hard to not hard to kill? It's a hard to kill. No. Die Hard. Die Hard. When they showed in Die Hard. Die Hard. They had the Die Hard movie. It was in New York. The Die Hard that was in New York, and the dude robbed the bank, and he said, "I wouldn't want it for all your gold in Fort Knox." Then I believe he went and faked a bank robbery, so everybody ran to this bank robbery, and then they faked a bombing at a school, and then he went into Fort and took the gold out. When I seen that, I was like, the reason why they're showing you that because there is no gold in Fort Knox. They're not showing you that for no reason. There was no gold in Fort Knox in the first place, right? They been took that out. They got that in a sealed vault with air conditioned pressure, right to the right condition, right? And that's really for us, man. It says in the scripture they heaped up treasures for the last days. Who that's for? That's for the elect, man.
He's going to have to move it off of his land for that to be right.
Well, he already did. That's been gone.
Yeah, it's got to leave America because this place is nothing.
Oh, they know that. That's why they're not tripping. It's been gone. That's why Trump ain't gonna bring no jobs back here,
No.
right?
Hey, and men shall be afraid.
Hey, men should be afraid.
All right. Back to Jeremiah 30, and I'll get the latter end. It says, "Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins as a woman in travail,
Right,
and all faces are turned into paleness."
Right, you're gonna be afraid, man. Right, shame. Right, that we the elders went to that a while back when we used to think pale meant something else, but it don't mean that you're not gonna turn white. It means it's talking about your shame, right? You're gonna be what we were just talking about, being caught unawares, right? The Lord's gonna come like a thief in the night. You're gonna be pale, and all your shame is gonna come upon you. And Judgment Day, boom. Now you don't got what excuses you gonna have for the Lord, right? The Lord said, "You have no cloak for your sins if I have not come."
The scripture says, "In that day your sins shall be your accusers."
Be a witness against you. Yeah.
Damn.
Right?
It says, "Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it.
Right.
It is even the time of Jacob's trouble."
It's a time of Yikebob's trouble, man. That's for you so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. You are going to be in trouble. Mainly you women, right? Mainly you women, but you men are going to be in trouble too, because a lot of you're not without sin, right? It is very few and far between Jakes out here on the highways and the byways, and like Pastor Hart said, it should be barely standing room left. There should be so many camps. It should be ridiculous, because the Lord overnight, if we think the Lord would have came and delivered us a long time ago, but we know that that's not going to happen because 2/3 have to pass away, right? 2/3 have to be destroyed here in Babylon the Great, right? That's not talking about all of Israel and everywhere in the world. That's only talking about here in America. 2/3 of Israelites in America have to go, right?
2/3 did the prophet. The wicked prophet.
Oh,
wicked prophet. 2/3 did a prophet. They need that wicked false prophet to teach them incorrectly.
Right, so they can be destroyed. Yeah.
And they have them.
Oh, of course, yeah.
You know, many of them walk around in circles.
Right.
I gotta preach that.
Well, the Lord said, yeah. Let me say this real quick. The Lord said that it should be one working against another, right? You're gonna have that. You're gonna have the righteous prophets. You're gonna have the wicked prophets. It has to happen. The good has to come against the evil, right? And the evil has to go against the good prophets, right?
Daniel 12:1, I think it's one of this earlier. And it reads, at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people.
Right. Prince being he's a ruler, so to speak, right? Because he's a high-ranking angel, so he's a ruler, right? Over the other angels, right? Under Yahushai. He's the second in command under Yahushai, right? And he's for the people of Israel, of the Israelites, right? Because I think it's in Revelation, the angel said, not to bow, for I am of your brethren, and have the testimony of Yahushai also.
Sure enough, I thought that was commanding them with Yahan.
Right.
You know, it's
Second in command.
Yeah, you know.
No.
Did you check the references?
No. That's Michael. That's Archangel Michael. Michael Allah, man, who is like God, man. It says in his name. It ain't Yohana, which I believe Apostle Hart said that's not even a Hebrew word. So I mean, that's crazy.
It says, and there shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation,
Right.
even to that same time.
And there's never been trouble ever in the time that there ever was even one nation, 2 nations, 3 nations, 4 nations. The washing of everything getting washed away during the time of Noah. The fires coming down from Sodom and Gomorrah, right? The lions sent upon Samaria, right? There ain't never been a day like what's coming right now, man.
It says, and at that time thy people shall be delivered.
Right, hey, the elect, man. Like people meaning the elect of the nation of Israel, man.
Every one that shall be found written in the book.
Right, which they're already, it's all predetermined. There you go, that proves it. Everyone that's written, that means they were predetermined, right? Go ahead. That's it?
Yeah.
A little bit more.
Okay.
I'll go back. It says, it is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. Just like the brother.
Right, yeah, come, yeah, well, there you go. Yeah,
Speaking about the elect.
speaking about the elect. So yeah, let me see if I make sure I got this going.
Let's play that article.
Yeah, this is just something that was on this was something that was on what do you call it? TikTok or whatever. And that should be loud enough. Oh, you can put it underneath it, yeah. Put it underneath on the ground. It's gonna be loud. It's loud. Trust me. Yeah, this is just a video on TikTok.
And to the bougie ladies, y'all can help me understand in the comment section down below. What you mean y'all leaving y'all men? Y'all hard-working men that make sure they provide his food on the table and sometimes got clothes in your back, and even that's not his job. I really think it's a woman's job to make sure she got clothes.
Oh, you hear what she said? What she said is biblical. Let's rewind that back.
Hold on, because I'm trying to understand. And to the bougie ladies, y'all can help me understand in the comment section down below. What you mean y'all leaving y'all men? Y'all hard-working men that make sure they provide his food on the table and sometimes got clothes in your back, and even that's not his job. I really think it's a woman's job to make sure she got clothes. You feel me? I really think it's a woman's job to make sure she keep her nails and her feet done. What you mean you left the man because he can't afford you? What you mean? What y'all mean? Then y'all got women under the comments on my post about eating that Longhorn and Outback saying, well, the men need to stay out of their DMs or stay out of their way if they can't afford them because they not eating that Longhorn and they not eating that Outback. So what you want to eat? He put food in the crib, cook it. It's not his job to do. It's not his job to buy you Fendi, Gucci, Chanel. It's no value in that. A man in his right mind ain't finna do that. If you, now hear me out, it's a plus when a man, when you ask him, babe, I need my nails and my feet done, and he pay for it. Babe, I want this bag, and he buys it. But it's not mandatory. He don't have to do that. And if he tell you no, that don't mean you leave him, or that don't mean he can't afford your lifestyle. That's ridiculous. You finna die with 9 cats and 2 dogs.
Right.
And no ring on your finger. And there's a lot of men leaving these women because they really like, you know what, I'm sorry I can't be with this girl because I can't afford her. He got a job, he paying bills, and he keeping food on the table. And y'all still making the men feel this small. Oh, well, you can't afford my lifestyle. Or every time I ask him for money, he say no. You should have a job. And it's a plus if you have a job and a man tell you keep all your money. What you doing with your money? It was a time when us women couldn't work and we fought so that we can work. You got a job now. We can work. Go accumulate your own money. You want a $5,000 bag? You go buy it. You want $7,000 pair of shoes? You buy it. It's amazing, and it's a plus if we do find a wealthy man that'll be able to do that for us. You feel me? But it's not mandatory. And y'all got the nerve to be out here making real men that's working feel this little because they can't buy you a pair of $7,000 shoes. Not everybody's rich. Not everybody's wealthy. Some people just making it. And y'all got some nerve. And we already on a shortage of real men. Half of them is either dead or in prison. And y'all want to take advantage of the ones that's out here providing for their families and working, putting food on the table. Giving you money here and there. And that's still not enough. Y'all out here making posts talking about I had to leave him because he can't afford my lifestyle. Get a grip. A real man knows the value of $1. It's a man's job to lead and provide. It's not our job to lead, because God knows if us women had to lead, we'll drown ourselves in a damn hole. You gonna die with a turn.
Right. So yeah, that's something. Yeah. Because the blind leading blind, they both shall fall into a ditch, man. And you women.
Isaiah 4:1.
Yeah.
You know, to coincide with what she was saying, it's Isaiah 4:1, and it reads, "And in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man,
Right. Yeah.
saying, we will eat our own bread." Feed your damn self. "And wear our own apparel." Buy your own goddamn clothes.
Right. That's what she said.
Hold on, because I'm trying to understand. And to the bougie ladies, y'all can help me understand in the comment section down below. What you mean y'all leaving y'all men? Y'all hard-working men that make sure they provide his food on the table and sometimes got clothes in your back, and even that's not his job. I really think it's a woman's job to make sure she got clothes. You feel me? I really think it's a woman's job to make.
It says, "We will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel."
Right, because that's the time that we're coming in, man. We're coming in a time of Yike Bob's trouble. It's going to be a time like none other, man. Right? When the social stability is going to be at an all-time low, man. No one's going to be civil, right? Like this older Jake woman over here talking to the Edomite all nice, and you know what I mean? All that's going to be out the window. There ain't going to be a reason to pretend that you're not racist anymore, right? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's going to be all out racism, right? There's going to be nothing to hold you back.
Her head.
Right, yeah. Right.
Her whole head's egg, she gonna be running down and trying to get away from him. Esau's
And she
true
can't do
nature
that
will
because you
come
see her knees is all they're gonna beat her to death, man.
Yeah.
That's the things that's gonna be happening, man.
It's all that pork and swine and everything else probably coming out of her system.
Right?
It says, "Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach."
Yeah. Only let us be, and with that name meaning what? Can you get that? Is it Genesis 6? Is it 64? Sex and marriage.
I'm gonna get that reproach too. You said Genesis 6 and 4.
No, so I think it's 67 and 27. I think.
Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 12. It says, "I will make a man more precious than fine gold."
Right, so we're coming to the time of that. What the Lord is going to make the elect man, right, of Yahweh Bashim Shai more precious than fine gold. A man that's putting up treasures in heavenly places, right? We're not worried about the basically the dollars or the digital dollars that's about to be of this world, right? Whether if it's your FRN, your what is it called? Your fiat. What else is called? The oil reserve money, whatever it's called, right? Right.
Fiat currency.
Yeah, the fiat. Yeah, the oil reserve. We're not worried about your.
That's how the global system has been run for the longest. Through the oil. In other words, you had to come to America. Every country on the earth had to come to America, trade their currency in, whatever devalue was added to make America's currency better, and then go back over to the Saudis. But all of that has been dissolved at this stage.
Right.
The petrodollar.
Petrodollar. That's what I meant to say. Petrodollar. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Yeah.
It says, I will make man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir.
Yeah. The man, Ophir, meaning America at the time. Solomon and them Hamites used to come to this land, right? And it took three and a half years. 3 years.
Year and a half.
Year and a half. Oh yeah, 3 years. It took 3 years. Yeah, to get year and a half back,
Yeah.
right? And at that time, Solomon and I don't even know what tribe he was from, but I know they were Hamites, right? And Hiram Abiff. Yeah, Hiram Abiff, but I don't know what tribe he was from.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He was a Hamite, though.
Yeah, he was a Hamite.
Yeah, I was going to get that word. You want me to get it? Ophir?
Yeah, go ahead. That's what I thought you were doing. Because I seen what you did. Yeah, because that's basically talking about the gold over here in America. Because at that time, they were the only people able to get that gold. And when you know about things being rare, the more rare it is, the value goes up. So that's what's about to happen to the Israelite man, that that the Lord choose to be that elect, man.
Yeah.
Lord willing that we be part of that number, right? Because that's the hope. That's what we come out here for. That hope that us here, the brothers is over there, we hope that we're part of that number, right? Because it makes it that much more rare, man, right? Because it's coming from a place no one else ever been to, right? So it's super rare, right? So basically, Solomon could have put any amount of number on that gold, which makes it reason why he was the richest man to ever live at that time. You know what I mean? You're getting your gold from, you can put whatever price you want to put on it.
Mm-hmm.
It's rare.
Yeah, it just says a land or city in southern Arabia in Solomon's
Right.
trade
Which that
route
one?
where gold evidently was traded for goods.
Well, that wasn't Arabia, it was America.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But it was a trade route, it was the route to and fro.
Right.
Yeah, that's all it basically says. Characteristic of fine gold. Doesn't really give me much. Ophir, just says Ophir says, and of uncertain derivation. Ophir, the name was no. That's not it.
Yeah, they don't know where, but we know through the Spirit, through the elders, through the Spirit, we understand that place was America, where they got that gold from.
It's just in the lexicon. It says Ophir, a very celebrated region abounding in gold. So the sailors of Solomon went thither together with the Phoenicians
Right, there they go.
Yeah.
Phoenicians, there you go.
from the ports
Hiram
of
Abiff was a Phoenician.
the Atlantic Gulf and brought thence every 3 years. See, gold, precious stones, and sandalwood. And where were they coming?
Right.
To right here, so-called America.
Right.
Because it said they got what? They said they got apes. What was it? Apes, food. I forget exactly what it said, but basically they were bringing those goods, man.
Right.
And that's what it was speaking about. I can get that if you want it.
Peacocks, which really
Peacocks.
goes into turkeys.
Turkeys, yeah. Turkeys. And if you just Google where is a turkey native to? North America. North
Right.
America. Yep. You want me to keep going on that, brother?
Yeah, please.
It says, verse 13, it says, therefore I will shake the heavens and the earth.
Right, see, that's talking about the ICBM missiles, but ultimately, it's going to be a lot of shaking. We just read. Can a man give forth a baby?
Right.
Bring forth a baby? It's going to be a lot of men shaking in their boots. So it's going to be a lot of shaking, man. The earthquakes, it's going to make things shake. It's going to be a lot of things shaking, right? You know what I'm saying? So ultimately, it's talking about the ICBM missiles, but saying that the missiles are going to hit America. Then America got their nukes that's going to hit Russia, and then Iran has missiles that's going to hit Israel. And then Israel's got missiles that hit Iran. North Korea got missiles that hit America. America got missiles that hit North Korea, which basically is going to make the world go to and fro. Right?
I got the other one.
You gotta get that. If you get that.
You want me to finish this one?
Oh yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, it says, therefore, I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall be moved out of her place. In the wrath of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yoshai of hosts, and in the day of his fierce anger.
Yeah. And the fierce, destruction of this place, man. So this goes coincide with what we're reading about the fear and the things that's about to happen, man. Right? That the day is going to be a day like none other. You never heard of nuclear missiles in a war before, right?
Right. You want that?
Yeah.
The earth gonna go to and fro.
Yeah, that's what he did.
You got it? I got it right here,
Yeah,
brother.
I got it.
Oh.
Isaiah
Okay.
24 and 20.
Oh,
Oh,
you
yeah,
get
you're
the-
there. Go ahead.
Got it?
I'm there too, but go
Okay.
ahead. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll keep what I'm holding.
I'm gonna start at verse 18, brother.
Makes
Okay.
sense.
Isaiah 24, verse 18, and it reads, and it shall come to pass that he who fleeth from the noise of the fear shall fall into the pit, and he that cometh out of the midst of the pit shall be taken in the snare. For the windows from on high are open,
Right.
and the
Going to
foundations of the earth
the
do
firmament,
shake.
going to the firmament, what you call it, the ozone layer, out back, and then back down. It's gonna explode above this place, shooting forth fire,
Oh yeah.
coming down,
Yeah.
hotter than the sun, right?
Yeah, so basically, if you're on the shores of North America, Babylon the Great, okay, so-called America, it's gonna be no escape, man.
No escape. Yeah.
It says, the earth is utterly broken down, the earth is clean dissolved, the earth
Right.
is moved exceedingly.
Right. And the earth is going to be moved exceedingly. Okay. Hey.
Let me keep going. There's a little more.
Yeah. Can you get that?
It says, the earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard, and shall be removed like a cottage, and the transgression
Right,
thereof
right,
shall
right.
be heavy upon
It's
it.
going to be moved like a cottage, going back and forth. You know what I mean? It's going to be going back and forth, and that's why I gave that understanding. Because America does have missiles too, so they got to have their defense system, which is not going to defend them as much at all, but they are going to shoot theirs, so that way Russia's going to hit, China's going to get hit, China's going to shoot their missiles at America, America get hit, and as you see, when the missiles hit China, it's going to reel, and then China shoot theirs at America, it's going to reel, then Russia's going to shoot theirs at America, it's going to reel, and then America's going to shoot theirs at Russia, it's going to go to and fro like a drunkard, like, somebody who can't, and that's the earth, man.
The balance.
Can't keep your balance.
Anyway,
Yeah, wipe completely out, yeah.
this is Ecclesiastes 1 and 4, and it reads, one generation passeth away, and another generation cometh.
Right here, you have, because this proves reincarnation, right? You have one generation, then another one come, right?
But the earth abideth forever.
But the earth abides forever, so you're always going to have a generation, another generation, and every 4 generations you come back, you return. So that's kind of one of those scriptures that you use for reincarnation, right? But that's just showing you that the earth abides forever. So when we're speaking of this, it's not talking about the earth is going to be done away with, just for scoffers' sake. Just they get to thinking that the earth is going to be gone. No, America's going to be done away with. It's going to be a desert, right? Which it's not going to be done away with like that. It's just going to become a desert. So the Lord's not even wiping this completely. It's just going to wipe it, the inhabitants of it. So it'll look like no one's ever lived here. Oh, can you get that? Lines of confusion? 34.
Yep.
Isaiah 34.
Yep. Let me finish this.
And after you get done with that.
Well, there's a little bit more. It says, I'll start from the top again. The earth shall reel.
Or if you can get that lines of confusion, and then just jump back.
Okay.
Just that part. I don't want you to go all deep
Okay.
into it. Just
that part. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Isaiah 34. And let me see. Yeah. Let me start at 10, then I'll read 11. It says, it should not be quenched night nor day.
Right,
The
yeah,
smoke thereof shall
yeah,
go up forever.
Yeah, that's how hot it's gonna burn. That's how long it's gonna burn, right? It even says you people are gonna be fueled to the fire. So it's just gonna continue to burn, man. It's gonna burn, man. You got yeah, because you got to think you got. I remember one time there was a tire fire, and that thing went on for weeks, months before the tire fire went out. And you got to think you have that everywhere. You got landfills all across America. They got tires and all sorts of mess in it, man. So this thing is gonna burn for quite some time, man. You gotta think of all these things that's gonna burn, man.
The oil pipes that crisscross the country, where how they transport oil.
Right.
The trains full of chemicals and
Right, yeah.
different other things.
Yeah.
Yeah. And natural gas. Like they've had a country or a city in Pennsylvania that's been underneath it's been burning for shit.
Oh, did your brother see the video with that green fire coming out of was it Texas? It said it had green fire come out of the ground in Texas. They were out of college, and it was burning fire from under the ground, and the flames was coming up green. Yeah, man. Yeah, so.
Yep. I got a precinct for me.
Yeah.
Isaiah 9 verse 17, it says, therefore the Lord shall have no joy in their young men, neither shall have mercy on their fatherless and widows.
Right. Yeah, because the Lord's going to wipe Esau out completely.
Well,
right, and Obadiah 1 and 18.
Right, and 2/3.
And two-thirds of our own people.
It says, for everyone is a hypocrite and an evildoer.
Right, yeah, and this place is full of hypocrites and evildoers, right? Even within the truth, right? So-called, you're supposed to be in the truth. You're supposed to be fearing Yahweh Bashim Shai, but then we see that there is no fear, man. You do all sorts of things in your Passover, right? You had Passover at a strip club, right? Which that's telling. That's for telling anyway, right there, right? Because when you got a secret that you're not really a man, the one thing to do is to throw the thing out till you're at a place so you look manly, right? So you look masculine. You know what I mean? So now we understand why you would have a Passover at a strip club. Makes sense, right? Compensate.
So you can
compensate.
So you can receive the peg in secret.
Right. You but it could be because you're compensating for something. Yeah. Be compensating for something, right?
It says,
I ain't saying the name. I mean,
he really don't like the women that he's in there with. You know what I mean?
No,
he would much rather have.
he like women. He want the woman to be masculine. He want to be he want the woman
with a strap on.
Yeah. He want the woman to be masculine, dominate him.
It says,
so essentially.
But yeah, we don't want to get into all
it says, and every mouth speaketh folly.
Yeah. In this place, hey, mouths speak folly, man. You get to talk to them about the truth. These people, they don't want to hear it. But we'll talk. We live in Arizona. This month, they will talk to you about the weather. We already know it's going to be fucking hot. We don't need to talk about the weather, but they will talk to you about the weather before they talk to you about the truth. You know what I'm saying? And that's the craziest thing, man.
It says, for all his anger is not turned away, but his hand is stretched out still.
Yeah, the Lord is angry, man. The Lord is pissed off, man. Right?
It says, for wickedness burneth as the fire, it shall devour the briars and thorns.
Right. Yeah. Wickedness that keeps continuing, like the fire. Like we were talking about how the fire is going to continue. But wickedness, your wickedness burns as that fire. It just continues. So the Lord cannot allow that to keep going on without going unchecked. So the day of reckoning is about to come, right?
It says, and shall kindle in the thickets of the forest.
Yeah.
And they shall mount like the lifting up of smoke.
Right, yeah, because all you people are thorns and briars, so the Lord's coming to burn you, right? Because what do you do with weeds? Right? If you burn the weeds, right?
We eat their ass.
Burn them, yeah.
It says, it says, through the wrath of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yoshab host, is the land darkened, and the people shall be as the fuel of the fire.
Right. The Lord closed your mind. Right? The Lord darkened your mind. You don't know what's going on. Right?
Yeah, it says, and the people
Lord-
shall be as the fuel of the fire.
Yeah,
man.
and then the people, yeah, you're gonna be fuel of the fire. So when the missiles come, yeah, I did. I said that earlier.
Yeah,
go
yeah,
ahead,
I brought that up.
Yeah, that's beautiful, man.
It says, no man shall spare his brother.
Hey, yeah, and then you got the race horse. See,
Yeah, Jacob's trouble.
you got Jacob's trouble, right?
All right, constant. I go back to Isaiah 34:10. It shall not be quenched night or day. The smoke thereof shall go up forever. From generation to generation it shall lie waste. None shall pass through it forever and ever. So it's giving you a difference. Forever, it just means for a very long time.
Oh,
Forever and ever means, hey, it's
Yeah,
forever and
never
ever.
stop.
You know what I'm saying? And it says, but the cormorant and the bittern shall possess it.
Yeah,
Birds.
that's going to the
Yep.
the different birds, but going
Right.
into the doleful creatures, right?
Yep.
Right.
It says the owl also
Yeah.
and the raven shall dwell in it, and he shall stretch upon it the line of confusion and the stones of emptiness.
Yeah, the lines of confusion and the stones of emptiness. So you're not going to be able to tell where one city was at and one city ended, right? You're not going to be able
Yeah.
to know, you know,
You're
you're not going to be able to understand. Okay, this was
Vegas.
New York here,
Yeah.
and Auburn, Jersey here, and Arizona here, and California here, and Texas and New Mexico. You're not going to. It's just going to be one big desert or wasteland, right? Right? But before that, you're gonna have that fire the brother was holding up. It's just gonna be off. How can you tell what places?
Grab that over.
Well, how you gonna tell? No, on that one, yeah. How can you tell what place is what place?
Oh, you can't talk.
Right? Yeah. No, that
I
one.
get it. I got it.
Yeah. So yeah, when you. Yeah, because this is just a warning, man. The Lord said, "Warn them from me." So we're here to warn you people for the Most High. And see, read that again now. Because you ain't gonna be able to tell from the lines of confusion are gonna be wiped out, right? So before it's even a desert,
Yep.
right?
I'll read it again. Isaiah 34, I'll get right to the point, verse 11. But the cormorant and the bittern shall possess it.
Birds,
The owl also
right? Which-
and the raven shall dwell in it.
right? Because there's a thing called burrow owls, right? They live in the ground. They're desert birds. They're desert owls, right? So these are going to be owls, desert owls. Keep going.
Right, and when you go into the bittern, if I may add, it's going into what the what do you call those birds that eat the flesh? The dead man, vultures,
Vultures,
and
yeah.
buzzards,
Vultures,
and buzzards, and buzzards.
Vultures and buzzards.
Right,
Yeah,
right. It says,
yeah. Eagles and because
and he shall stretch out upon it the line of confusion
right, the line of confusion,
and the stones of emptiness.
the stones of emptiness. So even before it even become a desert, right? The Lord, being how the Lord is, He's giving you the end from the beginning. So right when you went into there, it was really the end that He came in at, showing you that the doleful creatures was going to be there, the desert creatures, and then He went into the destruction, and it's in the line of a confusion. And then as this is going, you can't say, oh, there's New York and there's North Dakota. Where?
Yeah.
They're gone. You know what I'm saying?
They've been predicting California to break off and fall into the ocean.
Yeah. Right.
Go back and finish Isaiah
Yeah, go ahead.
24.
Yeah,
Okay.
go ahead.
Isaiah 24 and 20. I'll read that again. It says, the earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard, and shall be removed like a cottage, and the transgression thereof shall be heavy upon it, and it shall fall and not rise again.
It should fall and not rise again. Right?
Yeah, going into Esau's rulership, man.
Yeah.
This transgression shall be heavy upon it. All the iniquity, all the sin,
Right.
all the wickedness, man.
Yeah, because it can't continue to go on, man.
No.
You just can't continue this thing the way it is in this condition, right? Can you get that? Is this done?
Yeah.
Oh, can you get that in what's going on? In 2nd Ezra 15 at the top, where he says Egypt, right? Because that's basically pretty much what the Lord is saying. It's all these things you have wickedly exercised yourself,
Okay.
and the Lord can't let it continue, man. It just can't continue. right?
Right. You want me to start at the top? You want me to just get to the point?
Yeah, just keep it.
Okay, this is Second Esdras, chapter 15, verse 5. It says, "Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine,
Right, see, these
death, and destruction."
And see, and then we already brought out a man should be afraid in this time. So how much more for you women, man? Right? How much more is it going to be for you women? Right? It's not going to be the thing that you're going to be looking forward to going through, right? While you're bragging about the man, he can't have me. He need to be out of my DM if he can't afford to take me to Outback or the Longhorn or goddamn Root Chris or whatever, some expensive ass restaurant, man.
They don't even want the normal stuff. Cheesecake Factory like that. They don't want that.
Oh yeah, Cheesecake Factory used to be. Yeah.
You know, everything is beneath these. And then I was watching the one video. The chick sat down with like 40 something or had a shitload of fucking food in front of her. Dude was like, all I got was an orange juice. You know?
Oh.
She's like, nah, you have to pay. This is the last day. Why would I pay? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you know? It's gonna be a beautiful thing when
Yeah, I seen one that was like that. It said, "What would you do?" It did like a little meme. It showed the dude went to the restroom, and when he came back, because it was supposed to be their first date, he went to the restroom. When he came back, she had a table full of food she already ordered, and he only went to the restroom. And when he came back, the thing was full of food. So I don't know how she ordered and how they cooked it that fast. But he left and went to the restroom and came back, and it was food and it was all hers.
Right. Didn't order
And
anything.
and on the me, it said, "What would you do?" I would walk right out the door. I'd be like, "Oh, that's all you." I would walk right out the door. I wouldn't even have sat down. I wouldn't have talked to her. There's no reason in what you wanted.
Especially on the first date. Shit.
Yeah, you already showing who you are.
I'm a little bit worse than that because I'd have sat down and ordered me something to eat, and when the bill, this is mine, this is what I ate, she's paying for her own shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna eat with her, and I'm not paying for
I would
nothing
went
you
somewhere
got.
else. I would have went somewhere else and got something.
You know?
But
Oh,
the
no, I'm
taco truck,
gonna
man.
show her that shit.
Yeah, because why even sit there anymore?
Because if she can be that ignorant, why should not? You know what I mean? If she can be that rude, ignorant, disrespectful, why should not? Why shouldn't I show her right in her goddamn face? I'm not gonna give you a dime. I'm not paying for shit you just did.
Right.
I'm gonna eat my food in front, just like you doing your dumbass shit. And when it comes time, you're gonna have to show up, or you're gonna go to jail. You know what I mean? And I wouldn't give a fuck how much she try to make me feel like I'm the bad guy or anything else. Hey, I'll be like your boy. Say goodbye to the bad guy.
Hey,
You know what I mean?
you need people like me.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
We
Hey,
never
that's
met
how
a
you
bad
gonna
guy
get
like
done.
this, man.
You want to play that? Hey, what's that saying? Hey, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. You want to play a stupid ass game like that? Hey, well, there's your stupid ass prize. You going to jail. Like I said, you going to jail.
Let me read verse 5 again. It says, "Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword,
Right, that's what's
famine."
And one of the plagues is what the MOTB. That's a plague, man.
Oh, yeah.
It's gonna come upon all the world. The Lord's gonna try the world, right? So it's a test. The biggest test you're gonna ever have in your life is about to happen,
Yeah.
right?
Many gonna fail.
You
It says,
know,
it says,
you know who that is though doing that nut shit? Eve. Like your so-called white woman, she ain't gonna go out and do that shit to you, or the rest of them. Eve is the one doing that nutball shit, like going out and ordering shit beyond measure. You know what I mean? Ordering shit for people at home, ordering shit for, and then act like it's all on you. That's only Eve do that shit.
Yeah. I hate that. Like it's a lot of times I used to be like that. If someone be like, hey, hey, I got you. Don't worry. I would try to look for the cheapest thing on the menu,
Right.
just because the other person's paying for it. You know, that way unless he's like, man, get what you want.
Yeah.
Then I'd be like, oh, okay, well then
And
let me
even
get
then-
let me get
Yeah.
the what's called then I'll pick something. But I still, they'll be even
Mine
then,
ain't gonna cost what yours costs.
Yeah, right.
Mine's gonna be less than what yours.
Cost.
It ain't gonna matter how you keep telling me to. Nah, it's not in my spirit to do no
Right.
nut shit like that.
Yeah, you're right.
But Eve is an ignorant bitch, man. And I see why the apostle always say, hey, leave these damn demons alone. Because Eve will do the nutballish shit and act like what? You know what I mean?
Right.
No, hey, it's gonna be a beautiful thing, man, when she gets trodden down. I'm sorry to say. You want me to start at 13 or?
Let me finish it, brother. It says death and destruction.
13.
And you know, and this is why the Lord is going to bring all that stuff.
No, let's start.
Start at 13.
Yeah, this is why the Lord is going to bring all those things. It says, for wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth,
Right.
and their hurtful works are fulfilled.
Right here, the A. And basically, it's time. It's time for judgment. It's all fulfilled. And what I believe it's in Revelation 18. It says basically it went into the nose of the Lord of a host, right? And the Lord's going to bring forth that judgment. He's going to send forth His Son and angels to judge this world, man. Right?
Yeah, I'll get it. If you don't mind.
Yeah, no, please.
It says,
Can I kind of?
yeah, this is Revelation 18 and verse 5. It says, for her sins
Right.
have reached unto the heaven.
Yeah, your sins are reaching the heaven. It's fulfilled. Your hurtful works are fulfilled. So you have reached your limit, right? The Lord said there's only a limit that Esau can go, and you're to that limit. And now, hey, it's reached unto the Lord of heaven, right? Go ahead.
It says, and the Most High has remembered her iniquities.
Yeah, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai has remembered your iniquities, man. Right? This. Hey, it says that He's the Lord of Sabaoth, or the Lord of hosts, meaning armies, man. Yeah, Sabaoth, meaning armies.
Not the Sabbath.
Not the Sabbath, yeah. Meaning armies.
Which he is also
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sabbath.
Right.
Yeah, already
That's it,
begun our
brother. Let's go.
days in
Go on.
Arizona.
No, I think that's good.
That's it.
But yeah, go ahead. Because basically, for a lot of you women, right?
Job 39 and beginning at 13, and it reads, Gavest thou the goodly wings unto the peacocks, or wings and feathers unto the ostrich, which leaveth her
Right.
eggs in the earth, and warmeth them in the dust.
Right. Because you women are brutal these days. Pretty much what you were saying. Yeah, you're supposed to have children, and you're supposed to be motherly, and was it nurturing?
Yeah, that's
right?
out the window.
That shit is out the window. Common sense will tell you to go get the cheapest thing on the menu, and then if he goes, hey, you know what? Go ahead and get this. Then you buy it. You don't go in there and go, let me look for the most expensive thing, and it's because you decided, well, this is gonna be our last day anyway. And that's really why she said it was our last day, because it was like, hey, I'm gonna just get what I can get out. But then what are you getting out of that? Because if you think about it, you burnt a bridge. If that dude was willing to do that, you burnt a good bridge. If he's willing to pay for that, if that dude goes ahead, you burnt a really good bridge. Not to mention, you ain't gonna do nothing but send it out to the chaff, right? You know, everything that you eat is gonna come out the other end. So you spent $100-something in food that you're gonna just poop out anyway, and then you burnt the bridge over a good guy for what?
Because Eve looks at everybody like a sucker.
I mean,
You know what I mean?
don't make sense.
That's how she looks at her man, and the so-called black man, like he's a sucker. You know what I mean? To be taken advantage of, to be run over. He don't know no better. He's just
Right.
a big dummy.
Right.
You know?
Everybody else takes advantage of it.
Right.
How about me too?
Yeah. You know?
Esau runs over them, and then the other nations come
Right.
and lick our wounds, right?
The one
So
that should
why
be for
not
his
let us keep
comfort,
on? Right.
or his it adds to his agony, adds to his distress. You know?
Right. But
Says, and forgetteth that the foot may crush them, or that the wild beast may break them.
yeah. See, because you got a bunch of wild ass niggas out here, man. You take care of your kids now. Your son's is gang banging. Your daughter, she's goddamn the neighborhood, community, community property, so to speak, right? If you understand what that means, right? Now your daughter's fucking community property.
Because Eve has a lot of men in the house, and when Eve passed out, that man is in her daughter's room,
Right.
You know what I mean?
Or in,
Doing
or
violating her.
Or in her son's room, right? Yeah.
Yeah, whichever way
violating.
he going.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
Jake, you know, hey, Jake ain't hiding that shit no more. Like, you know, Jake.
It ain't just Jake.
Flame.
It be, like I met this one chick. She's Eve, and she don't like dating brothers. She only like dating Edomites. And the Edomite dude basically went into her son. Now her son is a flamo, all because she don't like Jake. Right? He's a grown flamo right now. I remember when he was a little kid, just a little kid, right? And now he's a grown flamo because she didn't like Jake, and she wanted to be with Esau because now she felt she's on a pedestal because she could date Esau, but Esau's a goddamn flamo, man.
Yeah.
Right?
Verse 16. She is hardened against her young one.
Yeah, see, hard. What makes you not protect your children like that, man? Why would you bring somebody around you don't know this motherfucker from a can of paint, man? Why would you bring that person around your children, man? Your sons or your daughters, right? You got to be careful of sending your sons and your daughters even to their family house, their cousin house. You don't know what's going on over there, right? This is a crazy time in life, man. Shh. I know my wife don't do that, man. Hey, he don't go nowhere. Okay, can you go spend the night up? Nope.
Man, what's so crazy?
And I never understood it at first, but then now you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I get it now. You don't let your kid go nowhere, bro.
No.
But Eve is such a demon, though, that she'll let all kind of men that come through her house. But when your woman is at your house and you want the kids to be there, she has a problem with another woman around her kids.
Right.
You know what I mean? Eve is a goddamn demon, dude. Right. Continuing on, she is hardened against her young ones as though they were not hers.
Yeah, goddamn, yeah. You're right. Yeah. That's some cool shit, yeah. And that goes for matter of fact, can you get that real quick? The Deuteronomy 50, was it 53? She be evil towards her husband. Yeah, that's it, man.
Her labor is in vain without fear.
Yeah, your labor is in vain. Because, hey, get that too. I think it's in Proverbs. A woman that it says she pulls down her own house. You know that one? She'll pull down. She'll pull the sticks from her own house. I think it's in Proverbs. She'll destroy her own house. Maybe she'll destroy her own house. I think it's in Proverbs.
Yeah, you said 63. No, you said Deuteronomy 63.
68. Sorry.
Wait a second.
This is
Deuteronomy 16.
This is Proverbs 14 and 1. And it reads, every wise woman buildeth her house,
Yeah. Deuteronomy 28.
but the foolish plucketh it down with her hand.
Wait, do you know what I'm talking about?
Proverbs 14 and 1.
Yeah,
And
yes.
every wise woman
Right.
buildeth her house.
Yeah. See, a wise woman, you got this dude on a date. This dude's willing to spend the money. Why would you burn a bridge that this guy is gonna? You know what I mean? Even if you weren't gonna, you should know you don't burn bridges. Common sense tells you that. Like even in the world, don't. Man, I can use this later. You know what I mean? I might need something. You know what I mean? Even though you shouldn't be doing that because the Lord said, "Do not make whores of the daughters of Israel." Right? You're not supposed to be daughters. You daughters are not supposed to be harlots, right? Right? And nor you sons sodomites, man. And so, right? But yeah.
But the foolish plucketh it down with her hand.
Yeah, but you're a foolish woman will go on a date and buy $200 worth of fucking food that you're gonna eat and then have to go to the bathroom, go to number 2. That's all you're gonna eat it and it's gonna go anyway, and then you just burnt it for $195. Yeah, and you just burnt the bridge to a guy who's gonna be
Good to you.
For what? Didn't even make no sense,
Foolish pleasure.
right? Just
One
and a lot of them do that just to say that they did it because their friends been doing it. So now it's like a game to them. They want to see how many times they can do it, and it's like a competition with them right now. Right? They want to be like Me Too, the Me Too generation, right? But you know, was it Cameron, Mr. Me Too? Nigga say he got a nice beard, I say Me Too. Nigga say he got this nigga, I say Me Too, right?
Let's see, hey, I got a quick one. Because this is, our people are not in this position anymore, especially our women. This is Hebrews 11:25. It says, choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of the Most High than to enjoy the pleasure of sin for a season. And our women, man, hey, and the men as well, they would rather enjoy the pleasure of sin for that moment. You know what I mean? They don't consider anything long term, anything that's going to be fulfilling spiritually. All they want is that immediate gratification. You know what I mean? Like the brother said, she's not thinking about tomorrow or the day after. She's thinking about just that moment when she can treat this man like a sucker and spend hundreds of dollars on herself when he took her out for one moment. You know what I mean? They don't care, you know? They don't care. And it's not just the women either.
And you got to think, this is the time that these women are going to be looking to have someone protect them, right? We're coming into a time you're going to need protection. Now you're going to look at that same guy. I mean, let's say that guy was a man of the Lord some type of way, man. Whether he was a prophet or he's just someone who's just been believing and he gives his tithes and he's just a believer, and you don't know that person. That's why the Lord said, be careful. You may entertain angels unaware. The angels don't mean just angels. You might be you might have did that to a prophet, man. Right? That's why it says that if you give a prophet of water, you will receive a prophet reward. But what if you scorn a prophet? If you do something bad to him, what kind of reward are you gonna get, man? You ain't thinking about that, man. Right? There's a such thing as called regeneration or reincarnation, man. You don't know what kind of guy you're talking. You don't know who that man is, man, in the spirit.
So they get that
right?
reward for the empty or the empty things.
Right? Yeah. Right. Good.
No, that was
I'll get that. Deuteronomy chapter
No,
20.
you got to put that up. He got a little bit more.
Okay.
says Job 39 and 17. Because the Most High hath deprived her of wisdom.
Right. See, yeah, that's it. Yeah, you're completely without wisdom if you think to do such a thing like that, man. Not knowing if that man's a prophet, not knowing who he is in the spirit, and then not to mention just stupid is you're burning. Even if he's not, you just burned the bridge for no reason, right? Stupid.
If he has any wisdom when he sees you coming again,
Yeah, he's
he
running.
gonna close the door in your face.
Yeah.
You know, 'cause you will be returning in desperation. The time is coming when you women will be in a desperate position.
Right.
And you're gonna figure it out then. Hey, nah, I remember what you did.
The Orange Juice Jones.
Hey, but but I was gonna say that in that time, there are gonna be no 911. What's gonna prevent him from going upside your head when there's no 911? Right? What's gonna prevent him if the cars are working, if they don't shoot an EMP or something don't mess up the electricity? But let's say that time happens and everything, the electric's not working and all the other stuff goes out, but the car still works. But somehow he sees you walking down the road. What's going to stop him from running your ass over with his car? You know, or whatever it may happen. But once there's no police, all gloves, all the, what they call the Mickey Mouse gloves, the kid gloves is going to be off, man.
Captain Sable is
Gonna
gonna
be
become
wrong.
extinct.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
He gonna get his ass handed to him trying to save the hoe.
Right, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, he
gonna
gets
become
stomped out.
extinct.
Yeah.
And that
He
day,
gonna find
Captain
out.
Sable hoe,
Yeah, they gonna find
he's
out.
Gonna be gone.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh boy, he's gonna be busy trying to save his own ass.
Right.
It says, neither hath he imparted to her understanding. What time she
Right.
lifted up herself
Yeah.
on high,
Right. This what I'm talking about. Yeah, this are you women, man. Lifting yourself on high, man. Putting yourself on this pedestal. That's one of the reasons why she's doing a thing like that. You didn't take me to the outback, because you're lifting yourself on high, and the scriptures tell you about a person lifting themselves up, right? A haughty spirit goes before a fall, man. A fall is about to come, man. Right?
Yeah. Say great misery shall be on those that walk with great pride.
Right.
I'll get that. But
Yeah. And then after you get that, can you get that the one in Isaiah 3 at the bottom, and then go back up Isaiah 3.
says, she scorneth the horse and his rider.
Yeah, she's scorning. Hey, see, the guy pulled up in a car. She might be looking at him like, look, what kind of messed up car is this?
Right.
You kind of bring me up in a date in this car, and then look at you, and then the rider he's driving. Look at you, you look like a bum, and this and this. So in her mind, it's like, yeah, I'm gonna try to get him for what he can get me at the little thing. And this our last date, right? Because so she got a haughty mind, right?
right, yeah. 2 Ezra 8 verse 50. It says, for great misery shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride.
Right. Yeah, walk in a
Bring
great
in with
pride.
this damn women, man.
Right.
With that haughty spirit, that haughty look. Great misery should be come upon them.
Then she did it to my enemy, shall be brought down like a fire of the ground.
Oh yeah.
Isaiah?
No.
Okay.
No. Oh yeah, that's good. Yeah. Scorn off the rock. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. She's scorn off the. Can you get that? The horse and the rider. Can you get that?
She scorneth,
Yeah. Yes. Read that one more time.
Verse 8, Job 39 and 18. What time she lifted up herself on high,
Right.
she scorneth the horse and his rider.
Right. See? Yeah.
Said, you ain't shit
you
and your car ain't shit.
Yeah.
But I'm going to walk.
Yeah, I don't give a damn. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Good. Can you get that Isaiah 3 at the bottom, and then go back up to 16? The 3,
Isaiah 3.
and then the last verse.
It's Isaiah 3 and 26, and it reads, and her gates shall lament and mourn.
Right. Yeah. See. Now we're gonna come into the time that you're gonna be lamenting and mourning, man. It's gonna be a time of Yikop's trouble, and you're gonna be needing someone to protect you. You're gonna need help, and you're gonna go to the same guys or maybe, hey, they might come just hunt for you. When there ain't no police and all bets off all you baby mamas, I can only imagine the baby daddies are gonna be coming to hunt to look for you.
Prisons open up.
Yeah, the prison doors open up. But I can see just the baby. Yeah, they coming to get you, right? Right.
And she, being desolate, shall sit upon the ground.
Right. See, and you're gonna get desolate, right? So hey, you're gonna be sitting upon the ground. Basically, mean what a low condition, basically, right? Go up to 16.
Ain't gonna have no pride in that day.
Isaiah 3 and 16. Moreover, Yahweh said, because the daughters of Zion are haughty.
Right, yeah, see that pride, right? You lifted yourself up on high, right?
And walk with stretched forth necks
Right.
and wanton eyes.
Yeah, undisciplined, man. Looking at another dude while she was with him at the thing. That show you she had disrespect. Undisciplined. She had no respect for you to buy so much so-called expensive things, or if I can't be in your DMs if I don't take you to some expensive restaurant, if I don't buy you $700 Louis loafers or something, like if I don't buy you these red bottom shoes, that I'm nobody. Like, come on, man.
Right. I don't own a pair of red bottoms, but you want me to buy you
Yeah,
a
yeah.
pair.
Right.
Drop it.
Right.
and offer some panocha that everybody doesn't have. You know what I mean? Because that's what it's really. These women have come to a false understanding that the panocha is worth more than everything else. Like her panocha is worth a home, a car, thousands of dollars. Like, I can get box anywhere. You know, and wetter and tighter than yours. Are you kidding me? But yours costs your ass out of here.
Right. Well, a lot of these jakes are not being like that. A lot of these jakes, what they call thirsty, right?
Yeah, and that's how she's been able to elevate herself with that.
What they call thirsty, these jakes are going for anything, man, and they're putting these chicks on a pedestal, man.
Yeah. Yeah,
Be the fattest, ugliest looking.
yeah, that goes. Yeah, you said.
Stench looking ass.
And I was gonna say, you know, on a scale of 10, they're like a 4, and Jake lifts them up like
Maybe.
9, 8.
Right,
You know?
right. Because he's thirsty for some ass.
Yeah.
You know?
You look so beautiful, baby.
Right. You gotta wear a mask when you, cause this bitch smell like. Hey. And I keep said that the daughters of Zion are haughty and walk with stretched forth necks.
Right, you so-called black, Hispanic, and Indian women, right? Especially you so-called black women, but hey, the Latin tribes are doing it too, man.
Oh, yeah.
You should see how they act, man.
Yeah, cause she built
Why-
just like us.
Why she's going bald too? You ever see them Latin women? They're going bald. They got their hair pulled back and it's all bald right here.
Shave out the
Right,
eyebrows.
Yeah, shave off. No, yeah. No, but they're going bald
Yeah.
because that's one of those things. A telltale sign. She's a loose woman. The Lord said that He would get after your scalp. Oh, did you read that part?
Yeah.
Yeah. The Lord would get after your scalp, and that's proven that she's been a harlot, man.
Yeah, they got that rock, the cellulite.
Yeah.
Cellulite, yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The
They-
body
a lot
type.
of them had that. Ugh.
Right.
Sickening. Walking and mincing as they go,
Uh-huh.
and making a tingling with their feet.
Uh-huh.
Therefore, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai will smite the alopecia, will smite with the scab the crown of the head
Right,
of the
yeah.
daughters of Zion.
Right. See, that's why a lot of you get bald around the, you know what they call your baby hairs. You don't got no more baby hairs.
Alopecia.
Your alopecia kicking in. You got no baby hairs. You know what I mean? You got them falling out. You know what I mean? Showing you it's a whore's disease, man. Ultimately, that's what the Lord is showing you. You're a whore. You're a harlot. The Lord's judging you. That's why you don't got no hair, right? Right? Go ahead.
And Yahweh Bashim Yahushai will discover their secret part.
Right. And that's what they're doing now. Like all the women dress scantily clad, even the fucking little kids. Right? You go all the way from a little kid unto an old woman. One time I was in the store, there was an old ass woman. She had to be 68, and she had fucking shorts all up in her. Like, it's crazy, bro.
Hey, they're
Man.
the ones. Hey, did you see the one that got the BBL? She was like 60 something,
No, I didn't
and
see
it
that.
caused her to go like she got no more. She can't walk anymore. She in a wheelchair because if it got botched. I think he's sending on the message. Wasn't she in her like I think she was like in her 60s.
I didn't look at it yet.
You know,
I
you
didn't
had
see it.
Kanye's mom. Remember?
Right.
She got the breast thing and died.
Yeah.
Cause you know, like, what are you ancient? Why do you need fresh new titties for? Why? You know what I mean? Who are you trying to compete with?
Yeah.
Pinocha is done with. It's got dust and cobwebs on it. What are you gonna do? Like, what is the point in fresh new? You ain't getting no milk in them. You ain't breastfeeding no babies. You just vain, man. Hey, vain. This is 18. It says, in that day, Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, will take away the bravery of their tinkling ornaments about their feet and their cows and their round tires like the moon.
Right, your earrings, big hoop earrings, right? It's proving that's Eve, right? The Israelite woman, so-called Negro Puerto Rican, right? They always wear the big hoop earrings, right? But
It says, the chains and the bracelets and the mufflers.
right, your little chains, your little bracelets, the what was it? What do you call it? The button piercing. And sometimes they'll have a little chain that come around the button piercing, and they have chains around the leg, and all sorts of crazy shit, man. right?
The bonnets and the ornaments of the leg and the
Right.
headbands and the
All on the leg and
tablets.
shit. You be like, how the hell do you get that? How do you get that chain on your leg? Like, how did you? But hey, they be having all the leg and toe rings and all sorts of things, man.
Yeah, got that chain that dangles above the panoncha.
Yeah. That's what I said. The belt,
Oh,
button,
yeah.
that's what I'm
Follow
saying.
the chain.
Yeah.
And the earrings. Hey, the rings and the nose jewels.
Right. Hey,
The changeable suits of apparel and the mantles and the whipples
Right.
and the crisping pins.
because all that's about to be gone, man. All that's about to be gone. Yeah, go ahead.
That's good.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. It's Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 16 in the Good News translation. And it says at the top, a warning to the women of Jerusalem. The Lord Yahweh Shema Shai said, look how proud the women of Jerusalem are.
Right, yeah.
They walk along with their noses in the air.
Right.
They are always flirting. They take dainty steps,
Right, yeah, see?
and the bracelets on their ankles jiggle.
Mm-hmm. Right,
But,
yeah.
but I will punish them. I will shave their heads and leave them bald.
Right, right. Which ain't you. Which that's what so many women are, just shaving your heads, right? Because you don't have enough sense to know that your hairs are glory, right? So a lot of you are just shaving your head because what you call them said something about alopecia, and then wow, and you just shave off your head, and there's nothing wrong with you, right? Which means there's something wrong with you, because what woman in her right mind shaves off her head like that? So if you run into a woman, she might be pretty and she got hair, she shaves her head. That's a woman you do not date. Do not. She is crazy. You are going to jail or you're gonna die.
Hey.
Something's gonna happen.
But you know who does do that? But they in their right mind? Them East Indian women and them other ones? Because
Yeah,
they
they'll
turn
sell it.
around and
Sell
sell
it.
it to Eve. Her shit'll grow back again long, but Eve has to go buy her hair. You know? Hey, a lot of these, that's where they get that real human hair from. Because these other nation women, they shave and sell it. Because the Chinese man over in China right now know he can send all his kids through college selling hair weave to the so-called black woman.
Right.
You know what I mean? He can send generations of his family buy a home, start a business, all kind of shit off of selling hair weave.
Right. Right. Yeah. But
Verse 18, a day is coming when the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai will take away from the women of Jerusalem everything they are so proud of.
right. Yeah. See. Yeah. And that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, no more Dior perfume.
Go to
No pants.
Go to
All that shit.
Yeah. Isaiah 32:1.
Right.
It says, behold, the king shall reign in righteousness,
Right,
and
right.
princes shall rule in judgment.
Yeah, that's Yahweh Shai, right? And then princess being the 144,000
Right.
being the elect, man.
Right.
They're gonna rule when Yahweh Shai comes and kicks Esau's ass and the rest of the other nations, man.
Yep.
Right?
Or even before that, when the men get that spiritual
Power, yeah,
man.
yeah. You go,
Yeah.
But that's going. Being a prince is a ruler, so that's when. No, but yeah.
Yeah,
Even in
yeah,
there, but
yeah,
that's
yeah.
being prince means ruler. That's when you're gonna rule in complete rulership, right? So yeah. But yeah.
Yes, yeah. It says,
That's what I was basically talking about, the part where you're going to
says-
rule complete rulership.
a man shall be as a hiding place from the wind.
Yeah. See, now we're talking about the time of Jacob's trouble, because now a woman's going to need a man to be at a hiding place, from the times to come, right? Because when there's going to be wild people that can just grab you up, kidnap you, rape you, right? Do all sorts of things, make you a slave. Most likely, a lot of them are going to make you a slave, right? Because that would be the smart thing to do. Take you, make you clean up, make you do things, make you make runs, make errands, things like that. Hey, because who's going to stop them? Lock you in a place, make you a sex slave. All sorts of things going to happen, man. Like this is gonna be a day like none other, man. Right? Some people gonna grab you, chop you up in pieces, eat you. Right? Famine is about to come in America, and people are gonna be eating people. Right? Cannibalism, which they're already doing it. Right? They were showing the commercial of KFC. They showed the guy getting dipped into the water, and then when he lifted up, it was a piece of chicken. Hey man, hey you already a cannibals. You already they already talked about the place with the golden arches, how they be doing that, the so-called child sacrifices, right? Hey man, you already a cannibals, but how much more in that time, man?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, they should eat the defiled food amongst the Gentiles.
Yeah, you eat your defiled bread amongst the Gentiles.
What the fuck we eat?
Right.
It says, and a man should be as a hiding place
Right, you're gonna
from
need
the
that.
wind.
You're gonna need it from the wind being the ICBM missiles, right?
It says, and a covert from the tempest.
And the cover from the tempest. You got tornadoes and hurricanes. That's the tempest.
Well, even though what's the tempest? Like a storm,
No,
right?
storm. It's just a hurricane, storms,
And the scripture
tempest.
says what? There shall come in like as a flood.
Right, yeah. And Esau too.
Esau
yeah,
too,
Yeah,
God.
yeah, come on.
It says, as rivers of the water in a dry place.
Yeah. River of water, yeah. Because, hey, it's ain't going to be no clean water out here. But the Lord, being men of the Lord, the Lord in the desert had Moses crack a rock, and it was enough water coming out of that rock that it quenched the thirst of at least 1 million to 2 million, maybe even 3 million Israelites, right? It didn't give you a complete number, but it had to be a lot. It had to be a lot of Israelites out there because it wasn't a small number. It wasn't just 100,000 or something. It was up in the millions. It's like either 2 to 3 million Israelites, and then not to mention they had cattle. So even the cattle drunk. So man, we're gonna hey, bro.
Right.
Can you get that?
It says, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land.
Okay. Yeah.
You're in Isaiah 31.
32.
Okay. Yeah. In a weary land in America, and in this time, it's gonna be weary, man. It's gonna be wearisome. In which you already seeing it with the tariffs, with the what they say. Somebody said they went and a carton of eggs was fucking $18 or something like that. I don't know.
Going up again.
Right? So that's wearying. Oh no, keep on that. 30. Yeah, you can skip down. Skip down to I think 10.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, go down.
What you got on there?
Yeah.
Isaiah 13 and 12. Start at 11.
Go ahead.
We already got that. Huh?
Yeah, we will make a man more present.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, okay. It just seems like it fits right now.
Go ahead.
Isaiah 32:9. It says, rise up, you women, there are ease.
Yeah. See, you women are at ease, man. And what proves that you're at ease is you would take a man to a restaurant and buy a bunch of food. Yeah, you got to be at, man, because you should have been at fear. Is this dude finna come around this corner and go, what if the dude went postal on you? You know what I mean?
Slap stains out your ass.
No, I mean just like he pulls out he pull out his gun and just he had a blinky, the youngsters we said that blinky, pull out his blinky, treat you like the ops. You know what I mean? Like the youngsters say, you know what I mean? And just go postal on you, right? Because that's what they're gonna. I mean, because tell me that way they're gonna make him look like the bad guy, right? There was a guy who opened fire in a Applebee's or wherever the fuck they were at, right?
Because she ordered $500 book.
Yeah, can you believe it? Yeah, they're gonna make him look like the bad guy. You know what I'm saying? And
Because for Esau, that's just cute. You know what I mean? He's stolen and robbed and pillaged enough where he has it to, that's nothing. You know what I
Right.
mean? You know, but you struggling trying to treat a bitch like
that's
you know
enough
what
to
I mean?
make you go postal. That's
Yeah,
what I'm saying.
yeah.
That's enough to you be
Put her
like.
down like a dog.
I mean, I'm talking about the 0 to 10 real quick.
Yeah.
Right.
You're thinking, I'm probably spend $60,
Right,
whatever.
right,
Yeah,
you
$300 bill and shit.
Yeah.
Right, man.
That's just on
it.
her food.
On her food, yeah.
Right. You know what I mean?
God damn.
Like you can't afford a salad.
Well, I know, like, that's why I say I walk out, because you know she ordered lobster. That's some shit I don't condone, because we're in this truth. You gonna order some shrimp, I don't condone that. We in this truth. There's no way I'm finna sit at the table. Now that table is, you know what I'm saying? Anything you
Polluted.
touch is polluted. So no way I'm gonna sit down with you. I'm gonna walk out, right? I'm not finna sit down with you, right?
But it says, rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech.
Right, right, because this is just the men of the Lord, man. We out here speaking to you, right? The warnings are out there, man. And you can even hear that video I played. That was another woman. That's another woman. She's not an ugly woman. She's very beautiful. And she still said, I don't think it's the man's job to buy you clothes and buy you all these different things, especially if he's allotting everything else, which I've been in a situation like that. And I was doing all these, and it still wasn't enough for the chick. So these are the type of things that you go through, right? You know?
It says, many days and years shall ye be troubled.
Yeah, and it's going to be a great time of trouble, man, that's coming upon this place, right? I'm hoping not a bunch of years, but it's going to be some time. It ain't going to be just something easy. Even though the Lord said it's going to get destroyed in an hour, but an hour to the Lord could differ. You know what I mean? Right?
You'll have tribulation.
10 days, yeah. The 10 days could be, yeah.
Yeah, well, I think the Apostle Bar said that there's a, when you read it in different translations, it says the year is going to come. You know, something to that effect. I'm trying to see if I can find it. Yeah. It's like this, the year is going to come. You know, when they're gonna,
Just release expected.
yeah, when they're going to be troubled. It said, I'll read it again. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women. For the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come.
Yeah, but yeah. So either which way, whatever year that is, which we're hoping that's now the time of Esau's destruction and what our deliverance. That's what we're hoping for now, right?
Because you gotta understand too, that can come like a wave. So it can begin over there in another country and work its way here. You know what I mean? Because
Right.
It, you know.
Yeah, the CV-19 did that.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, because you know, in America, these people can't go a few hours without stuffing something in their gullet. So imagine 3 months.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the food supply is shut down, the water shut down. The Most High, you know, hey, he even says that he's going to have to shorten the days.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
There'll be no flesh saved. So, hey, you know, when it begins, it's going to escalate and become so dire so quickly. Hey, this, you know, your test is not going to take a long time, you know. That's why we're taught to learn how to fast. You know what I mean? We're taught, you know, that to renew that faith, to build that faith, because the time's coming, man. Hey, you know, you don't know how long it's gonna last, but you want to make it those that make it through to the end.
Yeah, guys, y'all want some
Go ahead.
bricks?
No,
Just 2 weeks? 2 weeks?
no, it's okay.
Thank you.
But
What is this?
we're the true Israelites, right? The so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian are the Israelites of the Bible, right? The true descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
You got Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Simeon, Zebulun, Ephraim, my son says, Gad, Reuben, Naphtali, Asher, you got them all there.
Yeah, and these people, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, all the way down to so-called Mexican, are the Israelites, right? With the descendants, right?
Where you get that from? West Virginia and Benjamin?
Uh-huh. Yep, they're Benjamin. Yum. Yep.
From heaven.
Yeah. We ain't gonna argue
Very
with that.
well could be, but where you can
Ain't no
stem
very
from
well
that.
could be. I'm from heaven.
Yeah. We ain't
Where
gonna
you
argue
from?
with that. Go ahead,
I was born here in America.
Well, but you stay on.
Yeah?
Yeah. You know, go ahead.
Yeah, we know.
Sound like Hamite, something out of Africa. Or what? Yeah, that's something. So I can tell that accent is not from here.
Yes, from somewhere else, but I don't think. I think
she's definitely from special.
She could be a Jake.
Yeah.
Micah.
I mean, I think
But-
Jake, you can tell by that dumbass, you know.
Micah chapter 7 and verse 10. Then she that is my enemy
Right, exactly. In the Lord. bringing forth the evidence right there, right? You always make examples, man. The Lord brought an example, man. Right, go ahead.
Then she that is my enemy shall see it.
Yeah, she gonna chase. Did she not see it? She's seen it, right? Go ahead.
And shame shall cover her.
She just didn't
and,
accept it.
and what's gonna happen is shame's gonna cover her, right? Because the brother was gonna break out. Okay, where you from? Maybe break it down to her. Blah 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 blah. So that, but you know what? This thing is not for women anyway. So women, it'd be wasting your time to even talk to a woman, right? But she could have received some edification, right? But
And shame shall cover her.
right, that's what's gonna happen. Shame's gonna cover all these women, man. Right? If you ain't in the right state of mind, shame is gonna cover you women, man. Whether you're my mama, you're my sister, we don't give a damn, man. You are out of here, and ain't nothing I can do about it. I ain't your husband, right? So if I ain't your husband, I don't have shit to do with it, right? That's why we read in the beginning, it says, only let us be called by what? Thy name, right? So that way that woman is your wife.
Right.
That way you can protect her.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, because he that gains the woman was gains the possession. So then she belongs to that man.
Right. Right, go ahead.
Which said unto me, where is the Lord thy power? My eyes shall behold her.
Yeah. The woman's gonna say, well, where's Yahweh?
Yeah.
Hashem Yahweh Shai, that power, man. And hey, but your eyes are gonna behold the true men of the Lord in that time, in that hour when we're eating. Oh, that's what I'm gonna ask you to say. My circumcision. Yeah. We're eating and drinking. Why you say what?
Now shall she be trodden down as the mire of the streets. Now shall she be trodden down as the mire of the streets.
Right. Will you speak on that now? Okay, yeah. It's you trot it down as the mire of the street. Mire meaning mud, right? And what do you do when you trot something down, man? You step over it, like basically like the woman did. You know, just total disrespect, no regards, right? No regards to you, right? How you feel or what you're thinking, your pockets. If you got a bill you gotta pay, she didn't know if this dude, if you know what I mean. He might have had to pay for his son's surgery or something, you know, whatever, some shit, you know. His braces or something, or I mean, but it could have been something serious too, like, you know, something may have happened, you know, but you know how your insurance cover most of the thing, but you have the little deductible, whatever, from the thing. But now he don't even got the little deductible now because he had to pay this expensive meal because you just treat him like he was nothing because. He can't go to the Outback or the Longhorn. Come on, man. Well, yeah, I mean, yeah.
Because had he had wisdom, he would have got up and walked away.
Yeah, of course. I'm just.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure. You know what I mean? A man with wisdom is gonna walk. Like I said, I would have walked away. But I'm just saying about burning those bridges. That's what I'm just saying. Just saying this guy, not only just using it as an example, say he paid for it because he's like, damn, this is embarrassing. Or whatever, however they think about it, so you're gonna go ahead and pay for it. But now, some incident. I remember one time that happened to me. I had an incident, not the part with the chick, but the part where my son had an incident. My son was jumping around on some stuff and got himself caught in the fence thing or something. They were doing something, you know, being kids. But he got caught, and I had to go take him to the hospital, and he had to get his nuts sewn. Right, because the thing touched right by his thing. He had to get, but I had to pay the thing deductible and shit for him to get the stitches. Right. So imagine if I'm just you know.
Kept that story for.
You know what I mean? No, just using it as an example, man. This one he was little young kid, you know, but wasn't like he was grown like a grown man, but he was a kid, he was a baby, he was young. But so that way, you know. Just use it as an example, and you know you had to pay the deductible.
I mean, as a man, when you hear about nuts getting violated, you automatically.
Oh, you kind of
Yeah, it kind of.
Yeah, please. Go But
You want that? Or?
what was you working?
I haven't started yet.
Oh no. Go
Okay.
ahead, finish this.
It's Isaiah 32:11. It says, "Tremble ye, women that are at ease. Be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you and make you bare."
Right. That's the time that's coming, man. You're gonna be stripped and made bare, man. The Lord is about to embarrass you, man. He's about to put you in a yeah. Can you get that? They should adorn themselves. Yeah, because you're gonna have to look for a righteous man of the Lord, right? So being that you're gonna say, "Come, let me be called by your name. I'll wear my own apparel." When you get stripped and made bare, you're gonna have to come up with your own apparel. But your own apparel can't be the apparel of this world, because you're gonna be looking to ask a man of the Lord to bring you in, right? And the man of the Lord, he goes by the laws, the statutes, commandments, which are standards. That's above this world. That's not of this world. It's spiritual. These words they are spirit and they are life, right? Right? You got that?
1 Timothy 2:9, in like manner also that the women adorn themselves in modest apparel with shamefacedness
See? Hey,
and
look.
sobriety.
Hey, hey, all that haughtiness, that pride is gonna have to go out. That wantonness, that undisciplined, looking at another man, all that gotta go out the window, man. Right? You're gonna get snatched and made bare, man. You're gonna be trodden down as the mire of the street. You're gonna get totally disrespected and killed and murdered and raped and maimed out here if you don't have a man of the Lord.
And then you gonna get eaten.
Yeah, you'll get eaten. Yeah, by cannibals or wild beasts. So you women gonna have a judgment, man. Right? You don't have a man of the Lord. A woman's gonna be in trouble without a man of the Lord, right? Because in this society, they tell you to go after the basketball player, the doctor, the lawyer, right? They tell you to go after the things of the status of this world. But you're gonna find out that the greatest status is a man that's more precious than fine gold, man. It's gonna be rare. It's gonna be rare to find a man of the Lord, man. Right? Right? And that's gonna be the preciousness of it all, right? But
Not with broided hair or gold or
Right.
pearls or costly array.
right, and not saying you're not supposed to have your hair braided, because I'll be broidered means braided, but it's not talking about braided with, because back in the day you used to put gold and like different things in their hair so they can, just kind of show off. Yeah, be attractive. But in that day when there's gonna be robbers and thieves and rapists and there ain't gonna be no police out here, what are you women gonna do? You're gonna need a man of the Lord in that time, man. Right? Jacob's trouble is gonna be everybody's trouble, technically. Right? Right? But
Well, that was the end of that
no, it's only
verse. Verse 10.
because they gotta be sober. Because it's a certain type of woman that the Lord is looking for.
But which becometh woman professing godliness with good works. Let the woman learn in silence
Right.
with all subjection.
Right, see? Ain't gonna be all that pride and all that bullshit. You're gonna have to be quiet. Right?
That's the one
Yeah, it's going into teaching, yeah, but yeah, you're gonna let the woman learn in silence, right?
Finish up this?
Yeah.
It says, "And make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins."
Right, yeah.
It says, "They shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vine."
Yeah, because what? Trump is putting away all these different things. Your Section 8, all that's done. Even the good jobs, right? He's firing all the people from the government jobs. Like a lot of those women got them government jobs. They're firing them from. And now what do?
Yeah.
Now you're out on your ass. You had all this pride. I got me a government job, and you would think having that government job assured you wasn't going to never get fired. But
Yeah, they're not going to have the luxuries no more.
Right.
The baby powder, the lotion, the temp. Yeah, they're not going to have none of that no more, man.
right.
It's gonna be nasty.
Yeah, they're gonna lament for those things, man. What you got, brother? Yeah, I'm done there.
Oh,
And that's the better
yeah, you should. Yeah, bring over Deuteronomy.
Okay, you want it now?
Because
Okay.
because we were supposed to bring it out a long time ago, but
Yeah.
might as well.
Yeah, this is Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 56. It says, the tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground
Right.
for delicateness.
Right? If you go into that word adventure, one time I looked it up. Adventure means to dangers, basically, like dangerous places. You know, going into danger. She would not adventure to go do something dangerous, right? Even putting her soul, her foot on the ground was dangerous to her, right? That's like an adventure, right? If you think of adventure, you always think of like a movie, a thriller, like an adventure. You go somewhere and you're going to go discover something, but when you go into that word, actually means yeah.
Tomb Raider.
Tomb Raider, yeah. No, Tomb Raider, yeah. She ain't even gonna put her. That's like an adventure. That's like dangerous. If I put my soul, it's gonna be something's gonna happen. So it's like a dangerous thing. But when you go into that thing now, what do a woman like? She's looking for adventure. She's looking for the danger. She's looking for the bad boy. She's looking for the guy who's gonna get into a shootout and all these different things, and she loves it.
Yeah, it gets her wet.
It gets her, yeah. I didn't want to say all that, yeah, but yeah,
No,
even more, or whatever, yeah, it gets her off, yeah. You know, but
It's the truth,
it's
man.
the truth, yeah. She gets into that, man. That's why they like bad boys, so they adventure into these things now, right? That's true.
It says, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for
Right.
delicateness
Yeah,
and tenderness.
Yeah, tenderness, yep.
It says, her eye shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom.
Right, so now she don't got no respect for the man. Oh yeah, you gonna buy me, and this is all for me. You better get your own meal and you're gonna pay for all this. That's crazy, bro.
Right.
Yeah.
And toward her son and toward her daughter.
Yeah, towards her son and towards her daughter. I'm totally disrespectful for her family, her children. It's all about her. If it ain't about her, it's nothing, right? Then you got some women that's pretty decent about taking care of their children, but they're still all about themselves. You know what I mean? They ain't looking for the husband, they ain't looking for none of that. You got the other one?
Yeah. Ezekiel chapter 23 and verse 46. It says, for thus saith the Lord power, I will bring up a company upon them, and will give them to be removed and spoiled.
Right, yeah. Ezekiel 9. Yeah. Bring a company, right? Being what? Well, it could be a military, right? Esau's gonna come down with great wrath. You only have but a short time.
Right.
You know, you're gonna have these so-called UN troops, you know, the blue helmets, right? And they come in as peace, but when you go into that thing, when you look them up, they have a bunch of accusations of them raping people wherever they've been, having rape charges brought up upon them, right? The UN, right? The Red Cross, right? All these places that they say they go there to help, but come to find out they're over there
Violating.
they're violating people, right?
Taking Kenosha for free.
Yeah. Right? So you're gonna have all these different troops, military, but it's a company. So it could be these guys that's about to be released from prison. You got the guys that out here. They act like they're in prison now, and they out here free. So I mean, what are you gonna do in that day, right?
Because we have a strange society right now where the men are walking around deprived on what do you call them little blue pills?
Yeah.
So they're on them little blue pills.
Yeah, Viagra.
Viagra. The women are walking around asshole naked, but act like she ain't fixing to give it. That chaos is gonna get on a whole new level. You know what I mean? Because men ain't gonna be asking no more. They taking it back to the medieval times.
They rather give it to the bad boys.
Right. You know.
But in that day, them bad boys, they're gonna get away no more.
It's whoever grab her first.
Yeah.
And take her to the dungeon. Right?
Hey, and sell her for food.
Yeah. Trade her off. Yeah.
I got a leg here. I got a weed.
Because the scripture says women are booty, man. Booty meaning money. It's trade. Right? They're going to trade women for the lack of bread, for the lack of food these last days. right? You're gonna, hey, I give you this woman right here for some food, for some water. Yeah, you got a couple of things of water. I got this woman, right?
It says, and the company shall stone them with stones.
Yeah. See, and the modern day stone is a bullet, right? Back in the day, they used to call it. They used to say, "I hit you with these hot rocks," right? Which is talking about a bullet, right? And then the modern day sword is what the gun, right? I believe it's going to go into that, right? Because it's going to say, you know what I'm saying? So a rock, right? Because they used to take you out, woman that's a whore, harlot, adulteress. Yeah, they'll stone you. No, that's a priest's daughter.
Priest's daughter. Yeah.
Priest's daughter has to get burned, but a regular they get stoned. But yeah,
It says, they shall slay their sons.
but that's why they're gonna get both here with the missiles. It's gonna come down like stone. It's gonna stone them, but then they're gonna get the fire too, because this they're gonna have their AI. Their AI is gonna be their priest, because they're talking about the AI is a prophet now, right? So you're gonna get burned.
Yes, we're going to.
Go ahead.
I'll start at the top. It says, and the company shall stone them with stones
Right, yeah.
and dispatch them with their swords.
Right, see, and that, yeah, the modern day stone is a bullet, a hot rock, a bullet, right? And the modern day sword is the gun, right? Right? All the way to the ICBM missiles, right? ICBM missiles is a sword too, right? That's the time you're coming into, the time of great judgment, right? Go ahead.
It says, they shall slay their sons and their daughters and burn up their houses with fire.
Right. So yeah, they're going into, like I said, going into the ICBM missiles, man. All the way to the high ICBM missiles. A great judgment is about to start happening in this place, man.
Man.
Right?
Keep on. It says, thus I will cause lewdness to cease out of the land.
Right, yeah, lewdness, which that's going into adultery. You go look up that word, lewdness goes into adultery. So that's what it is. You're gonna get stoned, get killed for all your adultery.
It
Right?
says that all women may be taught not to do after your lewdness.
Your lewdness, your adultery, your whoredom, right? You're not to be whores. You got that in NIV?
NLT.
NLT? Okay, yeah, there you go. Go ahead,
This is Ezekiel chapter 23 and verse 47 in the NLT. For their enemies will stone them and kill them with swords.
Right. And your enemy is going to be these wild ass men that ain't got no chocha in a while, right?
They start back at 46, brothers, and read down. Yeah, where I started.
Right? Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
Ezekiel chapter 23 and verse 46 in the NLT. Now this is what the sovereign Lord says.
Oh yeah. Sovereign means the Lord makes his own decisions, man. And there's nothing that no one can say or do about it, man. He's the all power, man. This is what he said, right? He prophesied the end from the beginning. And ain't nothing gonna change. Nothing's gonna sway it, man. Right? Go ahead.
Bring in army against them.
Right? And hey, these armies are gonna come, these troops are gonna come to America, Esau first, but then you got all these other militant, these sleeper cells and all these different things that's here, man. You got the Venezuelan gangs and you got all sorts of shit, man. This place is what they call it, a powder keg. This place is finished, bro. Finished. There's so many things. There's so many things wrong. You got not only you got that, you got the volcanoes in Yellowstone. You got the volcano in Alaska. You got you got the hurricanes that keep happening. They said 100 fucking tornadoes touched down at one time, which that's probably Esau controlling it. You got the weather modifications, man. You got the diseases. Oh, bro, man. And wait till, like, one brother brought that up too, about all the dead bodies. The dead bodies, they're going to be powdered. When they start really killing all these people, it's going to be dead bodies, which that's going to cause more of a disease. Right? The decay of the thing, and it's going to be so many diseases from all the dead bodies and the animals eating them. Bro.
Yeah, it says that in Jeremiah 25, there should be as dung
upon the earth, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it is ready. They're just ready for to get that word. What does it say? Remember in Star Wars? Execute Order 66. They're just getting ready for that word, man.
Right.
And they're gonna come down with great wrath.
Was it Isaiah 66 then? Execute the
Order
Isaiah
666.
Oh, yeah.
Star Wars. Remember when they turned those troops on the Jedi and stuff?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's a movie, but hey,
Yeah.
you know.
Got a lot of similitudes.
Oh yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
and hand them over to be terrorized and plundered.
Right.
Verse 47, for their enemies will stone them and kill them with swords.
Yeah. Go ahead.
For their enemies will stone them and kill them with swords.
Yeah. So like I said, the modern day sword is the gun, right? So that's what they're gonna do. Yeah, it said hot rocks earlier, and then KJV, and then it said the sword, which basically that's what it is. You're gonna get shot and killed, and if not, you just get beaten, right? You're gonna see what is that? The Walking Dead when dude had the bat. What do you call the bat? Elizabeth or something like that. Yeah, you're gonna see Elizabeth, man. Right? Yeah, he's gonna beat you in the head like you did the little Asian guy, beating you to death in the head. Right? That's what's gonna happen to you women and you men. Negan, yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. They will butcher their sons and daughters and burn their homes.
Right, because people they're gonna start killing. What do a butcher do? A butcher, he carves up. Hey, there's gonna be a lot of what's it called? Cannibalistic things, but that's going into the soldiers too. The soldiers just gonna gun them down, leave them there. The birds and things are gonna eat them. But then you're gonna come into a time where there's gonna actually be people eating people too, though, right?
Verse 48, in this way, I will put an end to lewdness and adultery, idolatry in the land, and my judgment will be a warning to all women.
Right. Yeah. See.
Not to follow your wicked examples.
Right. Yeah. See. Not to follow your wicked examples. Right. Your lewdness, your adultery, your idol worship, all these different things.
Yeah. Get that last one.
God. Verse 49, you will be fully repaid for all your prostitution.
Ooh, there you go. Yeah. You're gonna get, the Lord gonna hey, judgment, man. That's what's coming, man. Judgment is gonna happen. So you're gonna need a man of the Lord, and when you get that man of the Lord, you're gonna know that you have to wear what? Modest apparel. You read that, right?
Be on your best
Behavior, right? Yeah. Right.
Your mouth shut.
Right.
Your worshiping of idols. Your worship of idols. Yes, you will suffer the full penalty. Then you will know that I am the sovereign Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai.
And when this happens, they're gonna know. Hey, the Lord doing this to me.
Yeah. Wow. Hey. Yes. Go ahead.
This is Ezekiel 9 and verse beginning at 4. I started at 2. And behold, 6 men came from the way of the higher gate, which lieth towards the north, and every man a slaughter weapon in his hand.
The north being what? America, right? That great judgment is mostly going to be here. What's going to be on the world, but the main place that the Lord wants to judge is this place right here, right?
Yeah.
And one man among them was clothed with linen, with a writer's inkhorn by his side. And they went in and stood beside the brazen altar. And the glory of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai,
that's America. America's the altar.
Power of Israel was going up from the cherub, whereupon he was, to the threshold of the house. And he called to the men clothed with linen, which had the writer's inkhorn by his side. And Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem.
Right. You so-called black, Hispanic, and Indians, you're a people before a place, right? We were the Israelites, way before we got into the land. We were in Jerusalem before we got into that land. So you're a people before a place. So that when it's speaking of Jerusalem, it's talking about you. And wherever you at, that main place is talking about you. Wherever we're at, we're out here to speak to Jerusalem. So as you go by, and if you stop, we're here to edify you, give you a reason for our hope that you may have hope, right?
And this is in that city, which goes into what the great city.
The great city, yeah,
Great
Babylon,
city.
the daughter of Babylon,
Babylon.
which is the daughter of Babylon the Great, yeah. Right, yeah. Right, you good, you good. Yeah, yeah, please. It's a lot, yeah, it's a lot. That's good.
All that meat.
Yeah. And set a mark upon the forehead of the men that sigh and that cry.
Right, going back to what we said, a man should be more precious than fine gold, and 7 women shall take hold of what? Of one man, right? That man being a man of the Lord, and put a what?
Mark.
Right, a tawah, right,
Which
a
is,
mark.
yeah, Strong's G 8420.
Tawah.
The wah. And it's desire mark as a sign of exemption
Right.
from judgment.
See, you're gonna need a man that's exempt from judgment. You're gonna want Michael Jordan in that day. You're gonna want LeBron in that day. You ain't looking for Reggie Bush or whoever else that played football. You ain't looking for them in that day,
Reggie Bush will fuck your ass up in the elevator.
right?
They ain't gonna be looking for that one.
He ain't looking for no Ray J.
Ray J, yeah, Ray J, Ray J.
Can't make him good for no Ray J.
No. And they cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof.
Right.
And to the others,
That's
he
what we
said
do.
in my
That's
hearing.
what we come in week week out to cry about all the abominations that be done in the midst of all this wickedness every day, day in and day out. Pollution, man. Right? But
And to the others, he said in mine hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite.
right, that city, that great city, what we just said, Babylon the Great, the daughter of Babylon, and smite meaning kill, right?
Let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity.
Right, they're gonna have pity, right? We need to talk about the angels, right? But the angels are gonna put things in the thoughts of men and have the angels, and have things happen. Like, seen the Matrix? When the Smith can pop up and end up being inside that person, well, they were showing you really that was like spirits. So in the movie it showed you him, but that's because he was inside the person's body. But if he got killed or thing, he would go out and that person's body would still be there. Was showing you that he what's it called? He embodied the body, right? What do they call it? Possessed, yeah. He possessed the body, yeah. So it's showing you that he possessed the body. But angels, good angels and bad angels can do that, right? They can possess the body or talk to you in your mind, right? Get in your mind and have a person do something to you, right?
That movie with Denzel where the time is on my side, where the demon was
touch him,
jumping
yeah,
from
you touch.
person to person.
Yeah, right.
And they don't, after he leaves, they like, what's going here? You know what I mean? You know?
Yeah, that's
And
a
we
good
see
movie. I
that,
like
we
that
witness that a lot when you're dealing with these things. People be on some crazy shit, but they don't know, you know what I mean? As soon as that demon gets off of them, they like, what? What happened?
Right.
You know? It says, verse 6, slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children.
Right, see, that's the term. Maid meaning a young woman, one woman of a marriageable age, right? And then what?
And woman.
No, wait, go back. And,
Slay utterly old and young, both maids
Right,
and little
yeah,
children.
a woman of marriageable age and little children. So I'm only 12, I'm only 13. You can't come kill me, no. Even you. Yeah, you can get it too.
Even those younger than that, man.
Yeah, even younger than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm 11 years old. I'm 10 years old.
Even 4-year-olds, 3-year-olds.
Yeah, 3-year-old. Yeah,
There's no
babies,
one
yeah.
innocent, man.
Yeah,
You've
no
been
one's
there
innocent.
before,
Yeah,
so
because
you're gonna pay for your judgment.
the angels know that that's an ancient spirit. They know if that spirit's wicked or not. They know.
Right. That's why I said little children.
And what
Right.
is that one scripture we brought out there? It's the root where it's
The
When
ring,
you get-
where the
yeah, yeah.
judgment's a ring.
Whether you
Like
get
the
your
ring.
judgment now, whether it catches you here, or you get up and you run into it, you're gonna get your judgment. You know what I mean? You ain't gonna escape it.
Right.
You know? It says, and women, but come not near any man upon whom is the mark.
Right? Yeah, they see that exemption, man. Right? So you're gonna be looking for that type of man. Right? And if you were smart, you'd be looking for that type of man now. And you wouldn't be tripping about sharing a man, right? You ain't gonna be none of that type of thing. Right? You're gonna be in order, right? As the scripture said, you're gonna be adorning yourself, you're gonna have sober mind, and what you're gonna be sober anyway. Because with all the calamity, it's gonna sober a lot of people up fast. Right?
Find yourself on the outside looking
Yeah. And dead the next second. Yeah, and yeah, you're gonna be, death is gonna be swift, right? Yeah. Because I remember I did because the Lord doing that now, right? You had those thousands of people die in that earthquake in Asia, a 7.7 earthquake. Then what was it in
in. Puerto Rico,
Port-
you did that,
the roof collapse?
Yeah.
So you talking about that one?
yeah.
Yeah, that was Dominican Republic. Yeah, that was the Dominican Republic. Yeah, they had the roof collapse, man. The Lord killed people, man. And I remember I did a lesson on that. I put that movie, what's it called? Death Note. And if you watch that movie Death Note is really about the Most High, man. You should watch that movie. That's really actually talking about the Most High. Because in the thing, the dude takes a book, and whatever he writes in the book, or whatever name he writes in the book, that person dies. And then when he kept doing it, he was trying to get the world to like get corrected. So then he started killing droves and thousands of people at one time. And then that's when they started fearing, that's when they started worshiping. Bro, that's talking about the most, hey, you're gonna know, like we read right there, you're gonna know it was the Most High, and that's when you're gonna start worshiping. Right? The Most High, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is the true death note.
They should
Right.
seek me early. but
Right?
they
Because because the Lord says that they're gonna have what four kinds of death. Right? You wanna get that? There's the 4 kinds of death. Slaughter, slave. Yeah. Right? Because that's in the scriptures. That's that death note. The true death note is Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, man. So you women you're gonna have to find you a man of the Lord, man. And then what's so crazy, it's gonna be scarce. Scarce. But
Jeremiah chapter 15, verse 2. And it shall come to pass, if they say unto thee, whither shall we go forth? Then shall
yeah, everybody's gonna be in confusion. Oh my God, where do we go? It tells you they're gonna go what, to and from, looking for the wisdom, looking for the wine, the word, right? Looking for that wisdom, looking for the word, looking for the understanding, looking for the true wine, because their mirth is gonna be gone, and the only one gonna have that wine, which wine gives you mirth. It says wine gives you gladness, right? Gives you mirth, gives you feel good. The only wine is going to be the scriptures, and only the men of the Lord is going to have the true wine of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. We're going to have that thing. We're going to be enjoy, man. Right?
It says what?
I think he got it, right?
Seal it upon my disciples.
We're going to eat. It says that they should eat. I think you had it earlier. My servant shall eat. I think it's Isaiah 50.
What's that?
My servant shall eat.
Oh, no, that's Isaiah 65 and 13.
65, yeah, 65 and 13.
Don't be finished with what you
Yeah,
said. Then thou shalt tell them, thus says the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, such as are for death to death.
Right, yes. Yeah, see, that's the true death note. Who wrote that? That was written. He said, write this down. And who was that right there? Jeremiah. The Lord speaking to Jeremiah, telling him to write this down. This is that true death note. Write this down. Such are what?
Yep. Such as are for death to death,
Yeah, such are for death to death.
and such as for and such as for the sword,
Such
to
as for the sword,
Yeah.
to the sword, right?
And-
The modern day sword is the gun or whatever they have. It might be an actual sword, right?
And any killing instrument.
Any killer instrument, right? Keep going.
and such as for the famine to famine.
Right, and people are gonna die of hunger, right? Pine away, and a lot of that's gonna come to. Like I said, that's gonna bring you into the cannibalism, which a lot of you are already doing when you eat these foods at these different places already. So, I mean, come on.
And such as for the captivity to the captivity.
Yeah, the concentration camps, man. They already got the concentration camp. They already got the guillotines and everything ready for you, right? To see if you're gonna take the charagma or not. If not, you're gonna be beheaded. Everything is ready, right?
Verse 3, and I will appoint over them 4 kinds, says the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai, the sword to slay,
Right. Yep.
and
Keep going.
the dogs to tear,
Yeah.
and the
Dog-
fowl.
and the Lord's gonna, hey, it's gonna be a lot of wild dogs, wild beasts out here killing you people, eating you people, right? Right.
And the fowls of the heaven and the beasts of the earth to devour and destroy.
Right. Yeah. And the fowls of heaven. Yeah.
Birds.
Birds gonna eat you. Right.
Like with the
What was that?
vultures, man.
Because they used to have a movie like that back in the day. I forgot the name. The birds.
Yeah, it's called The Birds.
Birds. Okay, yeah, the birds. And the birds were all up on the thing, and they were going around. And hey, man, that's gonna happen in a real way, man.
Alfred Hitchcock, right?
Alfred Hitchcock. Yeah.
Those crows and ravens, they're not a small bird.
No, they're
Yo,
huge,
they're
man.
pretty-
Those
yeah, I
things
see.
are massive, man. And they're intelligent.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because
wait till
those
the
are the
spirit-
ones that fed the one prophet.
Yeah, Elijah.
Elijah. Yeah.
Yeah, a raven did. Yeah. Yeah. But that was the spirit of the Lord. So imagine, like you just said, the spirit of the Lord is in everything, right?
Spirits of vengeance.
Right? The spirit of vengeance. Yeah. Yeah, the spirit of the Lord is in everything. So the Lord is going to put it in their mind, and these things are going to come after you, man. Right? So it's going to be a hell of a day, man. Right.
You asked me to get that 60.
Oh yeah, go ahead, please. And then go back.
Isaiah 65 and 13, and it reads, Therefore thus saith Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai Power, Behold, my servants shall eat,
Right, see, that's what I was talking about. Yeah, my servant shall eat, right? Keep going.
but ye shall be hungry.
Yeah, you're going to be hungry, right?
Behold, my servant shall drink,
Uh-huh.
but ye shall be thirsty.
This part I'm going to wait right here. Here it comes.
Behold, my servant shall rejoice.
There it is. That's it. That's what we're going to, and we're going to be what? Rejoicing. That's what I'm talking about right there. We'll be rejoicing, right?
But ye shall be ashamed.
Because that's that wine. The true wine is the scriptures, man. And wine is for mirth, for happiness. You know that? Because we, what it says, this knowledge shall be the wisdom and stability of thy times.
Wisdom and knowledge.
Shall be the wisdom and knowledge and the stability of thy times, right? So that's when we're gonna have that stability, man, through the scriptures, man. While everybody else is in starvation mode, everybody's gonna be in survival mode, right? Right?
And they children.
Eating their fucking children, man. Right? Hey, you wanna eat? You're a woman. You wanna eat box? Eat this, right? You know what I'm saying?
You want to be a carpet muncher?
You wanna be a carpet muncher? How about you eat this? Eat your own children, right? Right? You wanna do all these wild, crazy things? How about that? What is the Lord? The Lord says something about eating your own arm, right?
Yeah,
Eat your own arm, man. Hey, you like to eat? You know what I mean? Yeah, you a man and you like to put another man's in your mouth, man. Eat this, man. Put this in your mouth. Put your own arm in your mouth and eat it, man. Right? Come on now. The Lord is not finna play games, man. You gotta finish up on that other one.
Yeah, and Isaiah 9. I mean, Ezekiel 9.
Yeah.
Says, verse 5, it says, And to the others he said in mine hearing, Go ye after him through the city and smite,
not to
Let
kill.
not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity.
Right, that's self-explanatory, right? Keep going.
Slay utterly old and young,
Yeah, kill them.
both maids and little children
Uh-huh.
and women.
And your woman, right?
But come not near any man upon whom is the mark,
Right, the law, the exemption, right?
and begin at my
There
sanctuary.
it is. Begin at my sanctuary. What you Israelites, man. The Lord said He's going to send a candle through Jerusalem, right? And you're a people before a place, man. So wherever you at, the Lord is going to be judging you and testing your heart and see what manner of person that you ought to be. In the time, when it says, all holy conversation, and your conversation ain't upright, man. Your thing is to go out and do all the manners of adultery and wickedness, and then you're gonna wait to the last moment and go, oh, can I be called by your name? Nah,
Say your conduct
Nah, get
is
the-
unbecoming.
right, yeah. Nah. Because the Lord's gonna put the spirit on men
Right.
to know,
Breathe the spirit.
to breathe the spirit, to know what kind of woman you are, man.
Oh yeah.
Right? So you're gonna get cast away. You're gonna think because you're so pretty. I'm so pretty. Hey, hey,
They might not be looking pretty that day though.
hey, man. Hey, the Lord, we looking at the spirit anyway.
Yeah.
Hey, not,
Continue.
not to mention, that's why it says, she said, I wear my own apparel and make my own bread. It's going to be the thing is, woman's going to be a liability. What can you add to the table? That's what we're going to be asking you. What can you add to the table? Because if not, we don't need no liabilities. Right? But,
Then they began at the ancient men which were before the house.
right.
And he said unto them, defile the house, and fill the courts with the slain. Go ye forth. And they went forth
Right.
and slew in the city.
And slew in the city, man. The angels finna cause these people to go out. And it might be the actual angels too, huh? Yeah, some of these might be actual angel spirits. The Lord talks about spirits of vengeance. Oh, the Lord said He's gonna send apparitions. Can you get that apparition?
And remember when David numbered Israel, it was an angel that was slaughtering Israel.
Right. The Lord said He's gonna send apparitions in these last days. Spirits, man.
Yeah, it very well may be, an angel of the Lord.
You got something?
Putting in
Get
work.
that real quick, You done?
This Isaiah chapter 3, most likely. Isaiah chapter 13, verse 16. Because when all hell breaks loose, because you women, you're gonna need a man of the Lord. The scripture says a foolish woman is clamorous; she is simple and knoweth nothing. Especially you Judite women, always loudmouth. But this is Isaiah chapter 13, verse 16. Their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled, and their wives ravished.
Right, yeah, there you go.
And that word ravish, it goes into rape. They're going to take everything that you got.
Right.
And then you're going to try to call the police for help. And the police might as well just start raping you.
He gonna want something.
So they ain't
Yeah.
coming. They ain't coming because guess what? He's gonna need someone to protect his house and his wife and all the things like that. And not to mention 911 ain't gonna work in that day. It's gonna come a day that, hey, they telling you that now, right? When the whole thing with California, when the fire, it took them forever for the firefighters to get out there. And then when they got out there, they were saying that there was no water in the water mains. Which they set that up. That was all complete setup. They already had drained it. And that's mine. There you go. Yes. Easy.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Bad up.
Yeah.
Very dry.
I got one more word for me. I got one more for me.
Go ahead.
This is Proverbs chapter 31 and verse 3. Give not thy strength unto women.
Right, yeah, something.
Yeah.
That's at this point it's common sense now. Because if you give yourself over to a woman, you're gonna go through that. You're gonna be a sucker. You're gonna be a sucker, man. You're gonna get mistreated, man. Nice guys finish last, right? Which I believe what's called said A nice guy, nice means stupid, right? Yeah, there you go. I'll knock the water. Yeah, nice meaning stupid.
Right.
So, yeah, that's why you finished last. You's a dumbass, man. Fuck that, man. I'm surprised the dude didn't go postal, man. I mean, could you blame him? If he went postal and lit her up, put all sorts of hot rocks in her, right? I wouldn't even be mad at him. If you think about it, right? Would you be mad? I'm not even mad at him. But even then, though, in the law, technically, she's supposed to pay double. You're not supposed to die. That's not technically a lawful death. But this is a society of madness and confusion, right? Babal, meaning confusion, right? So,
There's a reason why she thinks she can get away
with it. Right, exactly. But
Give not thy strength unto women, nor thy ways that which destroyeth kings.
right, yeah.
So, it's basically, like when you give your strength to a woman, like you cannot do that, because like we already know that women is beautiful, but like we're the prize. Well, basically, women they're supposed to look at us,
Well, they're going to. In that day, when all hell breaks loose, they don't have no one else. They don't have no choice.
Yeah.
But then when you see the glory of the Lord, when they put that, Lord willing would be those men.
Yeah.
When you got that supernatural strength and that power, and then you could turn. Because remember, think about it. Satan did not ask Yahushua to turn the rock into bread, and if it was impossible. So do you not think the Lord may give us power that we could turn a rock into bread?
Well, he said you should do greater things than these.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So when you, I'm just going on something simple, right? Because that's the Apostle Gabar said, keep it simple, stupid. So let's just give you something that you can understand. The Lord said, the Satan tried to coerce Yahushua to turn the rock into bread. So he didn't tell him that for no reason. That would mean it was possible. I mean, he could do it. So if the Lord gives us that power and we're the men and we turn a rock into bread, you think a woman ain't going to be like, oh my God, well, everybody's starving?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Preacher.
Or like, well, if we multiply those fish.
Fish, right.
So imagine doing that in front of
Women, yeah.
They'd be like, oh shit.
Yeah, a bunch of hungry women. Yeah. Right.
Precept. Psalms 110:3. Thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power.
Right, son. Yeah.
In the beauties of holiness from the womb of the morning, thou hast the dew of thy youth.
Yeah. Going back into the beginning in the Garden of Eden, huh? The dew of your youth, yeah. Going back when we were the sons of God. We'll have the dew of thy youth, right? Going back into when everything was good, man. Paradise.
Yeah, ye are gods. Yeah.
Yeah, you're gods, yeah.
You're going to get in order.
Right?
Fast.
Fast, too, yeah.
Fast.
Right.
You want me to get this?
It
says Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 17, verse 14. It says, but they sleeping the same sleep that night, which was indeed intolerable because they had dreams.
Oh yeah, they have nightmares.
Nightmares,
yes.
them,
Yeah.
and which came upon them out of the bottom of an inevitable hell.
Ooh.
So,
Hey,
they were going through it.
They're going through it, and that's this place. It's going to go through an inevitable hell. It's something you can't escape.
No.
This place, hell is coming to America, man.
Right.
Death and destruction is coming to America. No matter how you see it, no matter how you cut it. You can try to make us the bad guys because we're reading the Bible and we're just telling you what the Lord is going to do. This is what the Lord thought of before it said before the foundation of the world.
Yeah.
So there's nothing you can do about that. And we just have enough sense to know that.
We're just reading the Bible, that's all.
Reading the Bible.
It
We're not
says-
bad guys. Come on.
It
now.
says, we're partly vexed with monstrous apparitions
Right, see?
and partly fainted.
Yeah.
It says their heart failing them.
Right, and their hearts failing them. Hey, because that's the type of thing the Lord, your mind, lahab, your mind. Yeah, your heart, your mind. It's going to fail you, man.
It says,
Right.
for a sudden fear and not looked for came upon them. Hey, so
Yeah.
it's like they're going to see the real Freddy Krueger.
Right, yeah. Hey, because one brother said that. Matter of fact, as he said Freddy Krueger's spiritual. Right, yeah, that's a spiritual thing, man.
Yeah, they go,
That's spiritual, man. Because when you think about it, yeah, like you mentioned that one, the Freddy couldn't. They basically in the first one they killed him when they were young, and they shut him up, and all you had to do was not say his name.
Right.
And then the dude start mentioning his name, but it brought him back. And that's the spiritual, man, because we're here on the highways and the byways. It says, standing so stiffly upon thy name. And then what's happening? An irrefutable hell is about to break loose on America, man. So shit, you can't put it off.
Inevitable.
Inevitable, yeah.
Yeah.
Inevitable, irrefutable, inevitable hell is about to come to this place, man. Oh, we can get that other one, dude? Oh, we get that one. Spirits for women.
Oh, yeah, I got it. I was holding it, but I wasn't. Close out with this.
Okay, no, that's cool.
In Ecclesiastes, or Sirach, chapter 39, verse 28, it says, there be spirits that are created for vengeance.
Right, see, and that's what the Lord is setting up, man. Through the it says a dog to tear, right? A man to slay you with the sword, right?
Right.
The fowls of the air, right? So the Lord's going to put a spirit on these birds to start attacking, right?
Well, even on the strange weather patterns, he's going to go into it.
Right.
You know, the tornadoes, all those things.
Yeah, the tempest, right? So,
Tempest.
yeah.
It says,
Famine, yeah.
yep. It says, there be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them.
Right. See,
They appease the wrath, man.
Yeah, because that's the Lord's pleasure.
Yeah,
To
that's
destroy
right.
him. Yeah, destroy him.
Yeah, 'cause the
Right?
Lord- yeah, it says
But that's why I
fire.
said go out and smite and show what? No pity. Right? So that's his pleasure, right? To appease him.
Yeah.
Right? So the Lord's pleasure is going to be destroying what these women who's haughty with all this pride, and all you men with pride, man.
It says,
Right?
fire and hell and famine and death.
Right.
All these were created for vengeance.
See, and all these things were created for the Lord's vengeance, man. And the vengeance upon you so-called black, Hispanic, and Native Indian men and women. But right now, we're just speaking about the women at this point. But you men, hey, you got to get it together too. Because the Lord ain't dealing with a bunch of reprobates, man. The Lord is going to destroy, man. And he's not going to have pity. He says he's going to start at the house of the ancient, man. Right?
It says, teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents, and the sword, punishing the wicked to destruction.
Right here, yeah, and you Israelites, a lot of you are scorpions, right? A lot of you are serpents and scorpions, man. You come after us, you dash after us, you come after. That's why the Lord said, "Make our face forward against your face," right? Right, because the Bible. Yeah, that's it. That's the only book you need. King James 16:11.
Second picture. A lot of that, the red, the UFOs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's in the scriptures. Everything we got here because it's in the scriptures, right? Look, you know about the Quran? MOTV. What's the MOTV? The Quran. You got that? Revelation 13.
Revelation 13.
Yeah, no, just real quick.
You got that, brother?
I already got this off.
Okay.
I get the book.
I got it.
Because there's a lot of stuff coming out, especially now.
Right. But the main thing is this right here. Because we're waiting for World War III and this one. These are the last two major prophecies. Well, there's a couple other, like every man should go into their own people. Because pretty soon it's going to be well, there's already racial tensions now, right? So pretty soon everybody's going to be amongst their own people. But racial tensions is coming. But the main prophecy is this one right here, right? What?
It's in Revelation 13, verse 16. It says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads.
In their right hand. So you're putting what they call the RFID chip, right? Right? So have you seen people being able to buy with it? They swipe their hand and they can
I'm
buy.
actually seeing people take the chip out of their credit cards, put it in under the skin.
Right. But there's people who already got this right here in their palm, right here.
Under the skin.
In their skin, and they're able to buy. They're able to buy the groceries, buy things at the thing. There's a place called Wisconsin. It's called Three Squares. It's a company. Every employee all have this thing right here.
Oh,
All
that's
the
just
companies.
the start.
Yeah, it's just the start.
No.
That happened in 2017, bro. So it's been going for a while.
I heard
was in
about
20
that, but
that was
I never heard
2017.
nothing much.
Right.
Other than the start.
Yeah, that's the start of it, but that's gonna come, and that's why Trump just signed that thing for the blockchain. So they're gonna push to everybody, and they just Ethiopia just signed a thing mandatory every citizen to get the digital ID, which they have to attach it to their bank, so that way they can see every time you buy, you sell. They want to know what you're doing. They want to be able to control what you're doing. It's a thing gonna be called what is it called? Your carbon footprint, and they're gonna check your carbon footprint, and so they're gonna tell you, oh, you can't get this because you're gonna go past your carbon.
They're already doing that in China.
They're already doing it in China, so they're marketing everything after China. So they're gonna put this into everybody's thing to control you because they want to be God. Like this can control. They'll know when you sleep. They'll know what you eat. They'll know everything. They'll be able to see everything. That's why they're doing all these smart things. So that way you got the smart home. You know your TV got a camera on it. Your fucking refrigerator has a camera. They even just went as far as the dude was speaking about a washing machine. They got a washing machine. Why do you need a camera on your washing machine? It don't make no sense. But this is what they're trying to do, so they can watch you everywhere you go. Everything that you do, they want to have full control. What you eat, what you drink, everything.
That's why you see all these tariffs going on right now.
Yeah, that's what
it's going to collapse the money system.
Yeah, that's why he's doing it. The up and down with it.
It's not making more sense.
Yeah, he's putting it in and then taking it out. Putting it in, taking it out, and it's kind of it's what they call. It's called a shocking. So it's going to shock it. It's great stability. It's a shocking thing, and it's just going to collapse the system pretty soon.
Right.
And then they're going to have to go to the digital dollar.
Order out of kale.
Order out of kale. That's what Trump is doing.
Oh, so he's just trying to burn it all down and start
Oh, yeah.
over.
Start all over. Yeah, the Great Reset.
New World Order.
New World Order. Yeah, Great Reset.
Fuck no.
So don't
Yeah.
take it. Don't take that chip,
Don't
man.
take it.
Okay. Oh, I'm gonna finish this.
Might as well finish
It
this.
says, it says, teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents, and the sword punishing the wicked to destruction. It says they shall rejoice in his commandment. See, that's why the angels don't rebel, man.
No.
Hey, whatever.
Yeah, how can Satan? Yeah, it's a joyous for him to do it.
Yeah.
For the Lord.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Lord said that, they don't say, hey, that's a little child. No, the angels just do their job, man.
Right.
It says they should rejoice in his commandment, and they should be ready upon earth when need is.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Hey, when the need is, they're gonna be ready on earth when the need. Hey, Cole, that is beautiful.
Yeah, the angels whispered to
They already here.
They're already here,
Yeah.
waiting.
On that,
Yeah.
Right.
on that order.
And when their time has come, they should not transgress his word.
Right, exactly.
They're
So
not-
Satan
yeah.
ain't transgressing. I mean, he works for the Most High. He's
Right.
bro.
Yep. The
So-
evil angels,
The good angel, the right
righteous
angels on both sides. Yeah, they work for the Most High. That wouldn't be omnipotent anyway. You can't say I'm all powerful, I'm all knowing, but this one motherfucker can walk away and then take a third of my. Come on now.
Yeah.
Come on.
Satan stole the chariot.
Yeah, he said, hey, by the way, I'm gonna take your chariots and I'm gonna go do my own thing. Come on, man. Cut that out. Yeah.
Wait, what I'm going to show up when you call your son, I'm going to show up like,
Right.
yeah,
Job,
Yeah, right, yeah,
you
Job,
got a
yeah,
problem.
Job.
There was something that
Hey.
I didn't do nothing.
Yeah, you just gonna you gonna question me casually.
Right,
you
right.
gonna question me casually like
We at
where
war.
have
Right.
where have I been? Where you been? Oh, walking the
Right,
on
to
the
and fro.
on the earth. Yeah, no big deal. But we at war.
Right,
Like,
yeah.
I'm saying we at war. I'll have a reason to answer you and talk to you or be around you.
And I'm gonna light your ass up as
Right.
soon as I see you.
Right. Right. Don't make no sense.
But hey, Esau is hilarious though.
Right. So yeah, with all that, man, we're gonna end it right now. We're gonna give face to east, give all praise and honor and all glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Makakodash. Yeah, double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, do well and do well. Fellow apostles, bishops in Connecticut, bishops, the preachers, the teachers, the evangelists in the four winds, preaching in truth and sincerity, risking your lives more now than ever. The hopeful elect, the elect, Shalom. To the Israelite foreigners whose phenotype may look like another nation, but bloodline goes back to Israel through your father and have come back to the fold. Shalom. To you sisters, you Akwaka, who listen and learn under your husband, which is your spiritual leader, with meekness and with silence, and above all, Kwam Yashua.
Kwam Yashua.
Come on.